Normally, sorry. Welcome back, guys.
No, I interrupted him on accident. Oh no.
Welcome back, guys.
If we sound different, it's because we're different people.
We're using different mics because Gage left the cord for his at his house.
We are at my house. He has the story backwards.
Nah, Gage left the cord.
He forgot his cord for his mic at his house.
So we're using our live action mics.
Yeah, these are like the ones, so it's not like an actual microphone. I'll put a picture on screen. It's the ones you just clip onto your shirt. Hopefully they don't sound too bad. I was not going to wait an hour to get the actual...
It'd be 30 minutes to go there and back, but...
I don't believe you. You would go there and you'd be like, I have to pet my dog.
I was thinking, like, I better make sure I give her lots of pets if we go. But,
anyway, welcome back to Raincode.
Yeah, so this is Plot Hole Central right now.
I thought... Okay, I know people are probably tired of me pointing out plot holes, but I thought of a couple
you said
that
you
are
have
just
more.
so bad. Okay, I wrote them down. Okay, the first one, so I have two big ones. The first one, it's like it makes... I can almost justify it, but not really.
Okay.
So they told us off the information we have been given, the homunculi, the memories are transferred through the DNA, right? So they keep their memories, and it should be like...
Oh, hold on, guys. Right off.
Oh my god, technical difficulty central today. So the memories are extracted upon, the DNA extraction or whatever. So really the last memory everyone should have should be the blood test, right?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. That doesn't make any... They, remember stuff afterwards.
Yeah, which is... Not... By the phrasing, that's how it sounds, which that's kind of weird on its own. But also... In the, deduction denouement or whatever, you see them wake up in their pod, and then they walk a few steps, and then go in the sunlight and, turn.
Uh-huh.
Shouldn't they remember, all of them consecutively? Wasn't it really weird we were in a high-tech, futuristic lab for, 10 seconds?
Maybe the sun... No, I'm not doing maybes. Yeah, that's weird as hell.
Yeah. And then this is the other one that just kills me, because when I thought about this, I realized this makes zero sense. That I can maybe justify, maybe their memories are blurry or something for the first few minutes after they wake up.
Okay.
Whatever, This one is just plain stupid. So everyone turns into a crazy homunculus or whatever in the lab, and they start attacking people, right?
Yeah.
That on its own, okay. But then... Let's just make the math really easy here. Let's say you have a city of 1 million people and 1 million homunculuses. Or homunculi. You're telling me they couldn't kill a single one. You would think there would be a significant population decrease with how many of the regular citizens killed the homunculi. Because, if they die in that berserk state, they're just going to turn into a normal zombie after that, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, no, they're immortal, but then it's they should just...
They should turn stupid.
Unless maybe it's a weird... I don't know. No maybes. I'm not doing maybes. I just said I wouldn't.
And the ones in the restricted area still attack people when it's cloudy out, once they've died already,
Right.
You're telling me, so Amaterasu guards who have guns, weapons, regular citizens, they don't have super strength. The homunculi are immortal, but they're not...
I think they are stronger when they're crazed by the sun.
Maybe, but even then, you're telling me not one singular person...
Got a bullet to the head or something.
Yeah, you could still kill them. I don't know, take a dumbed down version of me and make me fight them. I'm not saying I'd win, I'm so big, tough guy, I could totally win. But there would definitely be a large portion of people that could win that fight.
Yeah, 5 versus 1. The 5 is probably still going to win if they have, a pitchfork or something they can stab with.
Yeah, and they're all coming from the same corner of town,
Unless they're, ultra durable in that state.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll stop talking about it, but it was just a couple things I was like, what?
Anyways, Makoto is us.
Huh?
Makoto's us.
Yeah, and we're number 1.
Which I don't understand that,
you've
but...
finally reached the conclusion. Behold, the truth that you've been seeking all along.
He has such a big forehead.
Didn't he switch voice actors just now?
Yeah.
Hold on. I need to play a comparison.
I will end you!
It's so different.
You are number 1 from the WDO. And I'm...
Yeah, I'm gonna need some more explanation for this, also.
DNA. I'm number 1 of the World Detective Organization?
That's so shocking considering how terrible you are at this.
They better give me a raise.
That's why
What was
I
that?
can
Did you hear
also
that?
use your coalescence.
There was a high-pitched sound for hers.
Did they like turn her mic on and we're like, no, don't say anything?
Just don't say anything for this. Did you hear it?
Yeah, it literally sounds like microphone static.
Yeah.
Even this solution blade was obtained with this power.
How do I do that with mine?
But on the video feed, number 1 looks like an old man. That was a double. You're the one who put him there. Throughout the history of the WDO, those who become number 1 have rarely shown their faces to the public.
Okay, it doesn't really make sense if you're a detective to show your face to the public. So,
that tracks.
That tracks, yeah.
They all had many enemies, making it problematic to be seen. It's standard protocol for directors to have doubles.
His mouth is like
And that
barely
old
moving.
man was your double.
Okay.
Wait, what about me being a detective in training? Chief Yako said he investigated my background.
Did I cover that up too?
But a detective in training was also summoned.
Detective in training?
I like how none of Yuma's thoughts are, but I'm too stupid to be that guy.
Yeah, which is where we should start.
You know what is interesting though? And I kind of wrote this one down on my theory paper too. So we see a flashback after the submarine thing where it's us, Yuma, like sounds the same, silhouette looks the same, whatever. And like the number 1 guy walks past and we're like, who's that? And they're like, it's number 1, you know? And we don't have the Book of Death at that point because I remember there's like kind of a part where it like hints at the Book of Death, but we don't have it.
Yeah.
So I'm confused. Did we have memory loss back then too?
No, we might just be like, oh, number 1. We're probably playing it undercover the whole time.
I think it's like acting.
So he's just like, oh, that's number 1? I never would have guessed, you know?
Maybe. Weird. I don't know.
That's you, Yuma. Looks like you've been working
Okay,
toward
this would
being
be
a
really
detective
funny.
at the WDO.
You know those shows where the like big boss of the company will disguise themselves as a new employee?
Oh, undercover boss.
Yeah, what if that's like what Yuma's doing? So he's like, I'll just pretend to be a trainee and like
And it just went way too far.
weed out the bad detectives, you know?
You may be part of the organization, but you haven't earned your stripes just yet.
Yeah, I'm actually your boss.
It's true that there is a trainee detective by the name of Yuma Cocohead.
Is it the body I'm in though?
It's also a fact that he was summoned to the Amaterasu Express. Then, you swapped places with the person named Yuma.
How'd I do that?
Spooky.
Yeah, lights are flickering in here right now, but how do you do that?
Swapped with him? It seems he also came to Kanai Ward. I'm sure you've
Oh,
met
that's
with him
the one we
several
see
times.
running around.
Oh, is it the ugly one?
No, it's got to be just the cloaked figure. If it's that guy, I'm seriously going to be livid.
I thought the cloaked figure was that guy.
We don't know for sure.
I thought it was pretty like
I
they
don't
watched
wa-
him.
I don't want it to be.
Huh.
So, I'm not Yuma? Then the real Yuma Cocohead.
I hope it shows that ugly guy.
I'm actually gonna like uninstall the game right here and end the series.
What, is he that bad? Who gave up their identity as Yuma Cocohead?
Why is Shinigami there? Yuma did.
Well, there's someone.
Robot researcher.
Not the boy. Okay,
Really?
you don't need to do the sound effect this many times. Is it him? Just tell me if it's him. He would have a name like Yuma Cocohead.
Was the man who kept running from me?
Okay.
That's correct.
Alright, Ethan, uninstall the game.
Are number one
Yeah,
at the WDO after
Could not
all.
give less of a crap anymore. That's so stupid.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, what's this random ramen guy have to do with anything?
Yeah.
He's quit his job as a detective and opened up a food stand in Kanai Ward.
He's got to be the only human in Kanai Ward.
Yeah, probably.
One of them.
He's the real trainee detective, Yuma Cocohead. You concealed
He'd be
your
a lot
true
better detective if he
identity
shaved his
and
unibrow.
used him as a means to enter Kanai Ward.
Or we grew one.
So, okay, why are we so young though?
Yeah, that shouldn't track either. Like, unless we're like old and our age has been halted.
And like, explain the memory that we had
You
that one
knew
time.
You'd lose your memories signing the pact with Shinigami, and you couldn't just enter as number 1. Even though your face isn't known, your cover could be blown if you use your forte. That's why you disguised yourself as the trainee. And of course, you ensured he would keep it a secret as well.
I'll give you $50, bro. Just run for me every time.
Huh.
That's how we switched places? That's just my theory anyway. Our
Okay.
minds work the same way after all. I'm sure we would come up with the same plan.
Trust me, your mind and mine are like miles apart.
Yeah, it's a north and south thing, you know?
I think she took a lot more than my memories. She's like, I'm gonna shut
Confidence.
down this part of the brain. I'm gonna shut down this part of the brain.
Yep.
However, I'm sure he didn't expect you to come to Kanai Ward after swapping places. He arrived late on the original 5th car heading to Kanai Ward. Though a trainee, he's still a detective. He must have been wondering what happened after your agreement.
Wow.
But because of his promise to number 1, he couldn't tell anyone about the situation. So all he could do was watch from afar. Is that why he always fled when he saw me? He must have been relieved seeing you get along with the other detectives. So he decided to make a living in this town using the special talents listed on his profile.
Cooking!
Oh.
Oh, that's funny.
I reviewed your profile in the WDO records, and it turns out you have a phenomenal ability.
An ability? So I do have some sort of special power too?
Oh, that's funny.
Your record claims that you're a great cook. Would you mind making us breakfast from now on?
That's the
That was
truth.
short-lived.
You realized I was number 1? Are you really shocked? Naturally, I knew at first sight.
Yeah, it's his face.
Yeah.
Jeez, that guy looks familiar somehow.
Because you and I have the same face.
Okay, you didn't need to explain that part.
Didn't even get that close to it either.
Look, explain the high-pitched buzzing sound. Why?
I'd hoped for
I
a
don't
more
know.
heartfelt moment when I finally met my original. But that wasn't the case.
You were just confused and stupid.
I suppose that's because I knew you were a threat to Kanai Ward. If you knew, why didn't you do something about it? Why let us just roam free? As I said, you were useful to me until Yomi was dealt with. But more importantly, I was waiting for this moment.
Why? I still don't understand why, if this puts you in danger, you would put me on the path to revealing all of this.
Yeah, just like stab us in the throat.
I mean, yeah, you had like literally at least 2 chances, if
You
not
still
more.
could at this point.
I mean, yeah.
To confront you here within the mystery labyrinth.
What do you mean?
I wish for you to vanish forever inside the labyrinth.
Why not just shoot me? You had a gun pointed at me like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, like this guy doesn't have the resources to make us disappear.
Yeah.
Just feed us to a homunculus and then we're gone.
So why are his eyebrows so well disguised?
If you vanish into the mystery labyrinth, I won't have to kill you directly.
Why don't you want to?
Yeah,
Which
what's the...
completes my perfect crime.
Is it like if you kill someone who has a
Just
death
like how
god,
you killed
you'll
those
die
other
or something?
criminals.
No, they've never said that yet.
I know. It's the only reason I could think of, though.
Huh.
Perfect crime? With the original gone, I will become the real one. I will become both the CEO of Amaterasu Corporation and number 1 of the World Detective Organization. I'll be invincible!
I liked you more before you had my face.
Yeah.
That was your goal all along? Exactly. I'll let you enter both the restricted area and this mystery labyrinth. Using coalescence to come here was part of my plan. All so I can kill you here!
How'd you know about the Book of Death, though?
How does anybody?
Oh, he should have inherited our memories, though, I guess. So that's
Good.
probably how.
Which we don't even have at this point.
Yeah,
So he's more number 1 than we are.
True.
You think you can take over the world or something? I swear every final boss is the same.
Oh, not at all. With the WDO under my control, there would be no need for anyone to keep sticking their nose in our business. The mystery of Kanai
That
War
thunder?
will forever remain a secret.
Oh,
I
that's not
only
good.
have one wish.
Is it not?
I don't want my dog to be home alone during thunder.
Oh, it's rained. It hasn't rained here in so long, though.
Oh.
To protect the citizens of this city, for the homunculi of Kanai Ward to live in peace.
So why did you bomb the WDO?
For funsies.
Was it just to get rid of our doppelganger?
I don't know. Honestly, I
I'll
don't
do
care.
anything to accomplish that. I don't care what
Are you
I
past
must
the point of,
sacrifice.
like-
I
Yeah,
will
it's whatever.
protect Kanai Ward. And you will die here. Your death is necessary for Kanai Ward's peace.
Where'd you pick up the accent?
What
This
accent?
city.
I don't know.
You
It sounds like he
are
has an
the
accent.
real evil.
Hey, voice actor, can you do an evil voice?
If you expose the truth, many people will suffer. I won't let you do that just to satisfy your ego. No matter how hard you try to destroy this peaceful world, I'll fight back using your own brain against you. Homunculi may not be human, but they have the right to live too. I won't let anyone take that away, even if you are #1 of the WDO!
Okay, well, let's use the emergency exit and be like, well, I'm gonna go tell all my friends.
Yeah.
Sorry, but your plan isn't gonna work. I won't let you kill Master in this labyrinth. The real one won't just stand by, no matter what the imposter is plotting. Master?
If this is the truth I've been seeking all this time, maybe I should sacrifice
Or you
myself
can just
here.
agree with him and screw off. Like, I feel like he's probably receptive to that.
I don't know. He still has a gun pointed at us the second we leave, though. I mean, why take the risk at this point?
If what he said is true, it sounds like I'm the one threatening the peace in this city. You're finally starting to get it. Yes, that's the truth. You are a threat, trying to destroy this wonderful world.
I mean, it's not that wonderful, but
Whatever.
What are you saying?
You discarded your pride as a detective and made a pact with a death god to go around killing people. You are dangerous. If you're not stopped, you will destroy all of Kanai Ward.
it's funny because that's kind of what Vivia said, too. He was like, you're gonna destroy the world, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I must defeat you, to protect this city.
He's wrong, Master. You don't need to listen to anything he says.
I've reaped the souls of many criminals. I told myself their sacrifices were necessary for others to be happy. But by that
Sometimes they
logic,
were.
if I disappeared, it would be a small price to pay to protect the city's happiness, right? Which means it's
That's a
my
good
turn.
point, kind of.
I can't run away from this just because it's happening to me. I should be sacrificed for the sake of everyone else.
I agree. That's a great point.
Wait, Master, remember what you promised. You said you'd never turn away from the truth.
I mean, yeah, what happens to this place 20 years from now? I mean, there's already been so many incidents where it's, like, come close to, like, falling apart.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like once people realize, like, it's kind of weird I'm not aging at all. I don't know. I feel like things are going to go downhill.
That's right, but I saw the truth. I actually know what it is now. And now that I do, I've realized something. If I expose the truth about this city and tell the world, what will happen to Kurumi and the others?
That doesn't matter. We're in the middle of solving this mystery labyrinth.
It does matter! This is their problem. I may be an outsider, but this directly affects them.
So, if we're not a homunculus, then that probably means that the other detectives aren't necessarily a homunculus either, then.
Yeah,
right?
but the corpses had the pink blood. So
That-
we don't really know what the deal is.
So either that is their corpses and they got turned into homunculus,
Or it's a frame job.
Exactly. So do you think we'll see like the other detectives like hop in here like, hey yo, what up?
I hope not. I don't really like them that much.
What the heck?
Will the Yuchi go after them again? Is there any way for them to live without persecution? When I think about what's best, it's obvious I should sacrifice myself. Yes, that's the correct decision. Not as a detective,
Like, you'd
but
know
as
what
a
that's
human
like.
being.
Or there's a second option. Kill Makoto and take his place as the head of Amaterasu. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
Why not? I mean, I trust myself more than him.
Doing that will allow the people of Kanai Ward to continue.
Maybe
living
that'll
in
be like the
peace.
ending of the game. What? No!
Really just threw himself off the cliff, huh?
Why'd we get separated from her?
Maybe she's gonna go be his Shinigami now.
No, that's not fair.
We're in the submarine.
Yeah.
I wanted to help someone. Help people.
He's so big.
I know.
How do you walk with all that muscle in the way?
All that cake.
Exactly.
Which means I have to remain here. For the good of everyone I love.
You're just gonna stay in the mystery labyrinth? Is that your logic right now?
Can you move?
Oh. I mean, I can't move, but I can look around.
Well,
Who's breaking in right now? Shinigami? Can I press up?
we can pause.
What do I do? I'm just gonna wait, I guess. Okay, for a second I was like, is the game broken?
You idiot! You want to sacrifice yourself?
Oh, crap. I guess, man.
Fighting that on your own?
What's she doing?
I'm not going to let you!
Is she gonna kill me? What are you doing to me?
She just snapped our neck.
Game
Shouldering
over.
everything alone, and I've lost sight of who you are. That makes you no better than him! You're not alone. You've got a kind, teasing, needy, adorable puppy partner by your side.
Aww. Is there any other options?
I don't remember asking for your powers.
Yeah, give me my memories back.
You may not remember, but I do! You needed me. I'll never forget the words of the old you, Master.
What, you don't like the new one? Oh, we're just in here.
Oh,
This is where we did this?
I haven't seen a human in a while. Everyone's scared of me, so I've been stuck in the WDO library for as long as I can remember. So, you really want to form a pact with me? You don't look like you're in trouble or anything.
Let's just say I'm dealing with some special circumstances, and I need your help.
he sounds very confident here.
He does.
That badly,
Where I'm going, the truth is suppressed, even when the mystery is solved. That's why I need you. You have a way to circumvent that.
The truth is suppressed even when the mystery is solved. Oh, okay, like they have to
They cover everything up.
They have to cover it up every time, yeah.
You're really depending on me, huh? I may be cute, but I'm still a death god, you know. You gotta pay a fitting price to make a pact with me.
I know. If it means perfectly solving the world's mysteries, I don't mind selling my soul. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. That is the detective's way.
Oh, you've got a few screws in your head loose, don't ya? Why are you so hung up on solving mysteries anyway?
It's fun.
To make everyone happy, of course.
Huh?
I want to eradicate all unsolved mysteries from this world and bring happiness to everyone. Although it's a known fact that some truths are cruel in nature. But exposing the truth to make everyone happy is the perfect solution in my mind.
Are you serious? What does that even mean?
I want to make a world where no one weeps while imprisoned by unsolved mysteries. Is it really so strange to wish for that?
No wonder he had like the fit and no one else did.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
To eradicate all unsolved mysteries from this world and bring happiness to everyone. I said that?
When you found out someone created a homunculus of you, and that it was part of the great global mystery, you formed a pact with me to settle things with yourself.
Can I like write on my hand like, find homunculus you, he's the CEO?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the fake
Probably
number
broke the
one,
rule of the pact or whatever. What?
The fake number one was kind of meant to be that, I think. Because didn't he tell us about this great global mystery?
Yeah, but he didn't say what it was.
Yeah.
And that's the path you chose for your perfect solution. You even sacrificed your memories and your position as number one to make it happen. So my being here with you is proof of your relentless will!
Girl, I know you stole a few brain cells, don't lie.
Yeah.
What's right or wrong can change depending on who you ask. There are infinite correct answers, but the truth is different. There's only one definite truth, and that's what's inside this mystery labyrinth. Whether it's correct or not is a separate issue that you can figure out after the mystery is solved. But right now, you have to expose the truth. Otherwise, nothing can be solved. If you give that up, then your life as a detective, everything you've done up to this moment, it'll all be for nothing. Master, you're not alone. If you can't do it by yourself, then rely on me. Just like you
I'm
always
being
do.
groomed.
So how old is Yuma?
Pretty good pair.
Well, he's got to be way older than we thought he
Is
was.
he like
then.
30 or something?
Going purely off of looks, I would genuinely say he's like 15.
Yeah.
If we're adding some years on top of appearances,
No, they kind of said there's like multiple number ones. There's been multiple number ones, so maybe we're just the next in line and it's kind of a young age you're chosen for
Yeah.
thing.
maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just like a single position they just pass on, but they never really know when it gets passed on because no one knows who it is. So maybe
Maybe
we
it's
were
just-
like a number one for like a year.
Yeah.
A newbie number one. But still, like, that's a huge personality swap between just losing your memories. Like, I think if I lost all of my memories, like, I just woke up one day and it was all a blank slate, I think I'd definitely be considerably different. But would I suddenly become like a weird crybaby that's scared of everything? I don't know.
Well, you wouldn't really change much if you didn't. Or if you did.
What do you mean?
Like, you're already a weird crybaby.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you lose
I
your memories,
was like,
you're
what are you
the same.
talking about? No, but I mean, Yuma was like very like
No, I know.
just he lost every bit of confidence he had, I think, because he's talking very like I'm the boss, you know, like in that last
Yeah.
scene. Still,
So, don't call it quits by yourself.
Exposing the truth to make everyone happy is the perfect solution. I'm not the old me anymore. There's no way I can do it. But
Hey, we're back.
there is something I haven't given up on. I want to bring happiness to everyone. I believe that from the bottom of my heart.
it's too bad everyone you know is a homunculus.
Yep.
So, I'll keep solving mysteries. Happiness shrouded in mystery isn't real happiness.
Master!
Real happiness. Happiness not shrouded in mystery. You believe that could exist in Kanai Ward?
I see. He's a mystery phantom of you, not me.
Oh, that's clever.
Whoa.
You think you can achieve this so-called perfect solution?
A copy couldn't accomplish it, but you think you can? Just because you're the original? You're an empty shell of a man who has lost his memories. Do you honestly think you can make everyone happy?
I'm by your side, Master.
So what turned this one so like bitter? The other one was so mature, like the original number one. I feel like if you told him he was a homunculus, he'd be like, oh, that's kind of weird anyway.
That's odd, but alright.
I can roll with this.
Yeah.
I'm the same as I was, but immortal. Okay, I'm just a better number one now.
Pretty much.
So I don't see why Makoto is like, oh my god, I'm gonna turn evil.
I know, Shinigami. Let's expose these mysteries together. My memories in my past don't matter. I will solve it all as Yuma Kokohead!
You'd maybe change your last name.
Yeah, you must not be. Hey, that's not allowed.
They should all have the different mask.
Yeah. Why? What is that? Okay. How'd you know you could do that?
I really wonder what it'd be like to be like a normal person in these situations. Like, what happened? Why'd they all go into me?
So what truth are we exposing now?
The truth of the loading screen. How long will it take?
How long will it last? No, but what is still left unsolved? Because we solved our identity, we solved the truth of Kanai Ward, we solved his identity.
How can he fly?
How is he flying? Yeah, how can he fly?
10 years ago, Amaterasu Corporation received a request
Are we
from
playing
the
as
UG
him?
to research homunculi.
I don't know, I'm so
UG
confused.
planned to use these immortal synthetic humans for military purposes.
Why am I over here?
Oh, you're playing
a massive amount
opposite.
of money was poured into the research, and Amaterasu and Kanai Ward developed quickly as a result.
Oh, I'm supposed to hit the one, okay.
UG also set up their own research facility, which pit the two organizations against each other.
Okay. I can't, how do I dodge these?
3 years ago, the UG facility finally succeeded in creating a homunculus.
Okay. Which part of that is wrong?
I think we're waiting until he says something.
This was the birth of the homunculus based on the top detective of the WDO.
Oh, you hit all of
number
them.
one.
Is that what I'm supposed to do? You don't just change the one time you don't give a tutorial. What the heck?
Makoto Kagutsuchi.
I'm waiting for one that like stands out as like, I want to go into that. Okay, well, what the
Well,
heck?
I don't think it's gonna make you restart on that.
Here I
Alright.
go. I can't lose. Duplicates?
So this is the last stand, Well, the facts only matter to one of them, Master. So, find the real guy and throw the truth right in his face. Let's go!
I've always been so good at these.
Yeah, let's.
I haven't.
I can't back
The
down.
real one's the one with the sword.
I won't lose. Stay out of my way. The only successful specimen in existence. Your creation was the root cause of the grand mystery this city got dragged into.
Hey!
How do we know that was the right one?
He had the sword.
Oh.
To eradicate all unsolved mysteries from this world and bring happiness
Oh
to
my God.
everyone.
Alright.
Clone, I want the same thing. And that's why I'll protect everyone in Kanai Ward.
I guess, but I'm
These
cooler
pitiful
than you.
homunculi didn't ask to be made, and neither did I.
That's just true. Or are you supposed to hit it all again?
Here you go. Okay. I like how the game's just patiently waiting, like, you argue when you feel like it.
The Peacekeepers Yomi held the real power in Amaterasu. And upon hearing of the UG facility's successful experiment, Amaterasu panicked and extracted blood from all the residents of Kanai Ward to initiate Project Homunculus. The experiment failed, and the defective homunculi went berserk after exposure to sunlight, ravaging the city.
Alright.
This is the blank.
Oh, there's a little
mystery.
sunlight up there too.
Yeah, I know,
arrived at
it's
the city
like
during these
breaking.
events and tried to rectify things. You made the rain cloud generator to block out the sun and brought the people back to their senses. But the original residents had already been wiped out by then. The homunculi.
I'm not
didn't
really
remember
listening to what he's
anything from
saying.
the
I'm like
blank week,
focusing on like, I need to
returning
hit this
their
one, I need to
lives
hit this one.
thinking they were
I mean, it's
human.
pretty much just a recap. I don't really know what else to say for it either.
You
Like, it's just
decided
like,
to
yep, that's true.
exterminate Kanai Ward along with the defective homunculi. I won't lose!
He doesn't really have very good backup.
What the heck?
Whoa, it's so
I
goofy.
have to defeat you!
Looks like a villain you'd see in like Despicable Me.
It looks like a
I have
Roblox
to
avatar.
save everyone!
Oh, I hit it the wrong way. Ouch.
And then that's how the game ended.
I have to defeat you!
Okay. He looks so
have to save
weird.
everyone!
I know, I hate it.
Well, how'd we fly? Oh yeah. Okay.
But when you found out about the UG's inhumane research, you blackmailed them to cover up the events of the Blank Week mystery.
What do you mean, you black? When did that get said?
The what?
You blackmailed them to cover it up? Like, clean up the bodies and stuff?
I think it just means like
I did whatever
To keep
was
it
necessary
taboo.
to protect
Oh.
Kanai Ward. But ironically, all that did was create more unsolved mysteries.
He's so sluggish.
it's kind of a lame last boss fight. Like I wanted to be dodging like left and right,
Yeah.
but these aren't even things that hurt me.
If I didn't, who would?
Yeah, get them both.
There we go.
After your negotiations with the UG, Kanai Ward became isolated and independent.
So is the stuff breaking
To
in the
his
back
word,
like the mystery
former
breaking?
CEO of Amaterasu
I think so.
abdicated
Being
his position.
exposed.
As we go further and
You
further, it's
immediately put
crumbling.
an end to the homunculus
Yeah.
research. This was to prevent the creation of any more tragic homunculi, and to hide their existence from the
So
world.
what does happen after we solve this?
The homunculi get locked in a cage.
Then,
I mean, we could still
poison
keep
is
it
number
a
one.
secret-ish.
You took advantage
We can
of
just
the
let Makoto
WDO.
rule and have him not, you know, be
You
murderous.
abducted vicious criminals and
I guess the
brought
whole
them to
point is we
Kanai Ward.
expose the truth, though, so I doubt we'd keep it secret.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if we're the head of the WDO, they should listen to us if we're like, don't hurt them, right?
Jericho,
I want to think there's very many other people that have such ultimate authority.
Yeah.
take this!
Thank God I got the button right.
Get the rest of them right, too.
Oh my God!
They're hugging us.
These criminals were turned into food for the city's homunculi. This is the truth behind the global kidnapping case.
Gotta hurt getting hit by like
Giant
a
concrete
sentence.
letters.
Yeah.
Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect
So how do we
solution
even get rid of
to a
Makoto?
perfect
When we come back,
production.
I think so.
there's still the one mystery of what actually killed them, though.
That's always been my creed.
That's the one thing I don't know.
But things
Killed who?
changed when I discovered
Homunculi.
I was a homunculus.
I think it was this, I don't know.
I've become someone else since I learned there were others like me.
This is kind of lame.
Like, can they move a little faster?
Director Yomi was your biggest obstacle in protecting the homunculi of Kanai Ward. He and Dr. West
Getting
were
my
planning
steps
to leak
in.
information about them to the outside world. If Kanai Ward's secret had been made public, the UG would have been forced to act.
That's
Yomi
crazy.
proved too powerful. So you summoned Master Detective.
So do you think
Kanai
Yomi and
Ward
Huesca
to
knew
get
they were
rid of him for you?
homunculi?
Once gathered here,
Knew
we
what?
faced off with
Did
the
Yomi and
peacekeepers just
Huesca
like you
know
wanted.
they were homunculuses?
I don't know if
You helped Chief Yako get his revenge from
Yomi
behind the
necessarily
scenes,
was.
taking Dr. Huesca and
Because he
Yomi
seemed
out
to
of
know
the
everything
picture.
about it. But maybe they did and they did get turned. I don't know.
Huh.
Can't lose.
Hey!
I have
The little
to
Final
defeat
Fantasy thing, right?
Yeah, pretty similar, yeah.
you. Stay out of my way.
That's a wrong button.
That'd be so cool if you just got like viciously impaled.
I know, right?
I mean, the game has kind of gory elements.
yeah, might as well just mutilate me.
Take this.
Yeah, make it the same button every time. I don't know where they're all at. Yeah, thank you.
Easy. You have to hold it down or press it.
Just press it. Die
Be
already.
alone, but I'll still fight. I have to defeat you.
Wow, how is he able to do
I
all
have
this?
To save everyone.
The mystery phantoms are
Oh, they're helping him.
Do
giving
it.
him power. But we're the truth guy.
Press it.
Oh,
You messed it up?
No,
oh,
no,
no,
I'm
it's
good.
part of it.
Master,
I was like, I thought I did it all right.
out?
Why don't you get in there and pummel him like you did before?
Oh, it's her little wings. You don't see those very often.
There you go. Let's go.
Imagine how much it hurts to be thrown by your head.
yeah. Permanent neck elongation.
This is everything that happened in Kanai Ward. Makoto Kagutsuchi! Using Kanai Ward as your excuse. You tried to enshroud everything, including your own crimes and mystery!
Oh, okay. I thought I had to hit them all. Yeah, I get bombed, sucker.
This is the real perfect solution. The only difference is
The way
the
they're
world
falling.
hasn't caught up to me yet. The WDO now belongs to me. The unified government will soon fall into my hands. Or so I believed. I can only lie to the people of Kanai Ward for so long. We're
Yeah.
coming to a tipping point.
It's really not a perfect solution being here anyway. It's so, like, unsteady.
Yeah.
There's no turning back.
Oh my god, okay, I give up.
What am
They're
I
not even making it to you. They're
supposed
just
to
falling.
do?
I know. Give in to
What
me.
else should I sacrifice? What can I do to save everyone?
Feed them yourself. You'll grow back.
Kinda, yeah.
All this time, I've carried this burden alone. I can't take it anymore.
And just work together, dude.
Somebody help me.
Right.
I mean, we solved it.
I guess.
So are we gonna reap his soul? We still haven't ever used the emergency exit either.
I don't know if we will at this point. It's really weird seeing it all bright like this.
Maybe that's like the point, is like Yuma would never back out of solving a mystery sort of thing.
You did it, Master!
Sorry.
It still seems
Shinigami.
weird to include.
Can you wait a bit?
Yeah, wait before you kill him.
You wanted someone to stop you from the beginning, didn't you? Were you hoping to be punished for your crimes?
We'll find out in the next episode.
Yup.
I was just kind of waiting for you to say something.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll see where this goes, but
Yeah, I don't think there's much more mystery solving, honestly. We kind of like...
I think we'll like finish the game in the next.
Honestly, my thought was, because I know there's like a chapter, I don't know how long it is, But I think there's a chapter after this. I thought that was going to be the one that kind of went more into like our backstory and stuff, and maybe it still will. But
I feel like it's going to be like a 10-minute, like, everyone's okay and it's all great. Goodbye.
yeah, I'm guessing the like pink blood is a giveaway that like they're not actually dead or something.
Yeah.
Because honestly, that would be a really lame way for your entire cast of characters to die. I know they did it with the first one, but that's like a cool twist. Like, you thought that was the cast? Wrong! It's actually this one. But just like killing the actual cast of the game.
I still like the first people more than the other ones. Like, we've seen way more of everyone else, and I'm still like,
I'd probably agree with you. I just wish it was them all, and I wish they all got some more development and like just everything. I wish they got the ding and
well, you know
treatment.
what? Huh. Maybe it's better they died before they could get ruined.
Maybe you'd learn about them and then be like, oh, you're like this.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know like the first episode or like after the first recording session, I remember kind of like editing these videos and like looking at how the game was going so far. And I like kind of thought the game would play in a specific way in my mind. I didn't think it'd be like you get to hang out with one of the characters every chapter, you know? I imagined it as much more like
of a team effort.
Yeah, like we're a team, we're doing this together, you know? Utilizing each other's powers. Sometimes some of us would be suspicious, one of us would be a bad guy sort of thing, you know?
Well, this game's done a good job at
not doing that.
at not fitting expectations, or even making good expectations.
Look, I don't want to go on like a...
We'll save it for the last episode.
Yeah.
But there's probably going to be a lot of words shared. Sorry if you like the game.
There's just so many plot holes. You know, like, I will just say this, and it's short, or I'll try and keep it short, but like, the grand mystery of the game, I imagine that'd be like one of the first things you think of, because naturally you're going to have to like tease it and think it out throughout the first part of the game, you know? The whole game is going to have to like tease it and fit with that. So like, whatever the great big global mystery or the secretive Kanai word is, you'd have to come up with that first. And then once you actually get to that part where it's explained, there being so many plot holes in how it's actually even possible is like, this is the great big solution of the game. This is the plot right here. And there are more plot holes than there were in any of the previous cases. It's just kind of... It started off like a really cool chapter and a really cool premise. I thought everyone being a homunculus was such a crazy theory at first, but then it just made more and more sense. And it was such a cool twist with how I imagined it in my head. But then I saw how it actually was in reality, and it's like, you know, this game has taught me one valuable lesson. The truth is often cruel. The real solution is often lame.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just at the point where I don't really care anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm glad, honestly, probably my favorite character of this game is just like Shinigami.
It's still Warna for me.
Okay, honestly, Warna is just pretty great.
I genuinely think that was the character I got the most, like it's kind of like, I know it's a bit of a meme at this point to like be like, I love Warna, but
for the short amount of time she had on screen, I did enjoy it like the most.
It was just fun.
She was just so rude and like mean.
Like, I think she's the only
funny
character I was entertained by 100% of the time.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. Shinigami is like the only character that goes by the Danganronpa logic of like sticking with you, and she's like there the whole game, you know?
Well, then I don't want to like do a comparison to Danganronpa. I want to be able to look at it like it's its own thing, but its own thing is not very good.
I mean, I figure most people watching this came here from Danganronpa or whatever, so they're gonna know what we're talking about. But
well, I don't even mean as like so they understand, but like I just want to I don't want to look at this through like the lens of anything else.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to compare it to anything. Here's the thing: because Raincode is a three-dimensional game, it's no longer really a visual novel per se. There was a lot of potential for stuff they could do, but they just didn't really. I mean, they made some like kind of cool quick time event type stuff, but that's really all they did with it. I mean, they had like a partially open world. I know some people are probably, sometimes we get comments saying how like some of our complaints are a little bit revised if you do some of the side content or whatever, but that the game shouldn't rely on that, you know. I know you get to see a little bit more of the main cast of characters. This is already such a long game, though. And I don't really want to do like 20 more episodes because we chose to do most of the side quests, you know?
Honestly, in terms of like complaints and stuff, I just don't like the characters. I don't like the main character. Shinigami is like probably the closest to being the best one.
But yeah,
like,
even Shinigami has a lot of room for improvement because she's still just like pretty much the same the whole game.
Right. Well, it's like even the like big bad Makoto, I never thought he was that interesting. I was always like, what's behind the mask? And then when you think about it, the only person that could be behind the mask that would be a good plot twist is literally Yuma. And then that's right. So it's like kind of a spoiler in and of itself, I guess. But it's just like all the characters, I just was never that interested in them. I thought Vivio would be cool. As soon as like it was his chapter, I did not care. Yako was like supposed to be like the big mentor dad figure, and the whole time I just thought this guy's so stupid and annoying. You know?
Admittedly, like I kind of enjoyed Desahiko more than I think.
I will say like I don't like Desahiko like as a person, but I would say he was still one of the more entertaining ones.
Yeah.
Like his like there's a few like bits like I watched through like YouTube shorts. Like there's one part where he's like in the labyrinth talking to one of the girls who did the crime. And he's like, you think you can win me over by putting on a cute face and some tears? And he's like, well, you can. What you doing after this? And it's like, the more I look back on it, the more the character I like hated on the most was really the only one that was like
consistently entertaining.
Yeah.
And it honestly felt like Desahiko had some decent growth once he got into like chapter 4 and he was like taking things seriously, and
it was nice to see a serious side to him.
Yeah.
And also he probably did have like one of the most useful and versatile fortes.
And
like,
also
rewinding time is great, but 30 seconds compared to like access to everything and anything through disguises.
Yeah.
Honestly, chapter 2 was probably just the best one, I think.
Probably.
I liked the build up to this one, but I liked the build up to 2 and I liked the solution to 2.
Whereas the build up was really good, but the solution was just stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff with like us being number 1 and Makoto being us is like that's honestly a kind of cool.
It'd be cool if I cared. Like, I'm not trying to be like, I'm too cool for this game, but it's like...
It's more the blank week stuff and, like, the secret of Amaterasu, or the secret of Kanai Ward that was, like, so not thought out. I don't know how you, like, write a mystery game, and you, like, plan the whole game according to these, like, this event that happened, and still leave so many plot holes, or just stuff that's unexplained.
Like what happened?
Literally, what happened to the roof? What happened to the roof? It's never talked about. It's just...
yeah, how do you have a big torn open hole there?
If you look at the scene where they're looking up at the roof, it doesn't look in any way like this is a natural sunlight.
It looks like a meteor caved in through it.
It literally does. So I don't know if that's like...
Maybe it'll be explained, but I don't know why they bother at this point.
I don't think it will. I don't know if I told you this yet, but we got one comment that was like, yeah, a lot of your guys' complaints that you talk about aren't really explained.
Oh, well, there it is. But I mean, like...
So I don't know if they're going to do a sequel where it's like, we threw a meteor at the... But...
I don't know. There's, like, honestly, so many parts of this game, writing and all, could have been improved if the characters were more interesting.
I think they should have, instead of having it like one character per chapter, they should have had all the characters every chapter. Yeah. You know, that's what Danganronpa does. And again, I know you don't want me to compare it to Danganronpa.
No, but
if you're going to have a whole cast of characters, why would you only give each of them like a little sixth of the game?
If even.
Only a sixth of the game you ever get to like talk to them or interact with them, really. I mean, they show up in other parts, but they're really never that important.
You know, I am kind of excited to have played a bad game on the channel, though. It is a nice change of pace. Like, all the other games we played were very good.
Honestly, all the other games we played...
Even the, like, tiny
were, like,
ones.
masterpieces, you know?
Like, I still like One Shot, liked it more than this by a lot. Like, and One Shot was, like, such a calm, like, sleepy game, too.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody! Welcome to the worst written game you've ever seen.
Oh my god. I knew you were going to do that, and I just said, don't do that. And then
You said don't make it bad.
Yeah, I said that is bad.
That was a captivating intro. Welcome back to the worst written game you've ever seen. People are
if,
gonna be like,
if I was
what?
a person that never watched us before and thought, oh my god, YouTuber's playing my favorite game, and I clicked on this video, and then they start with, this game sucks balls, I'd click on.
Listen, I'm sorry, but I'm in the completely opposite group. Every time you say, like, Ethan, if I was watching a video and it started like that, I would not watch it. I think that's exactly the type of video I would click on and stay for.
Yeah, but this is the type of video you'd be recommended.
Especially if it was followed up after this.
What do you mean?
Or if we followed up like this.
Oh, that's
like,
fair.
if we had this exact discussion afterwards, I'd think, wow, these guys sound entertaining.
These guys are so real for that.
I'm going to hit like and subscribe, and I'm going to go in the comments and give them some money.
I'm going to go in the comments and say, you guys are so stupid. This is the best game ever made.
And then we're going to come to your house and break your legs.
I'm not going to do that.
Well.
And if someone does do that to you, it wasn't me.
And it wasn't Ethan either.
And don't use this in court. Wink! Anyway, playing Raincode. You know the rest. You know the rest.
Why you led me here? I don't fight to lose. As the real me, you should know that. Only one of us will leave this mystery labyrinth. My intention was to review our answers here.
Looks
like the conclusion has been made. I realized something the first time I came to this city. There was no perfect solution for Kanai Ward's mysteries.
That's why it's full of plot holes.
There's a great contradiction here. In order to follow through with the perfect solution, I had to commit another crime. I despise unsolved mysteries more than anyone else. And yet, I ended up creating even more. The mysteries have consumed me. Kanai Ward can't be trapped in the rain for much longer. You can't live in a world of lies.
Well, you can keep
forever.
the rain. Just don't keep the lies. Like, these things are not independent of each other.
Well, I mean, the unified government's probably going to come and squash these guys.
We're number
now.
one. They're going to... If we tell them to bark, they'll ask how loud.
Maybe. I could see that being the way this goes, but also if that was a solution at the get-go, why wouldn't we just...
That's exactly what this guy's trying to do, Makoto. Or us, whatever. He's trying to pretend to... He wants to be number one and Makoto so he can keep everything under control.
Right.
So why don't we just go and do the same thing?
Well, you can't do that and have the truth exposed.
We can just say, hey, by the way, these are what these guys are like, and on my authority, we're going to keep it like this.
I guess we just don't have the answer of how much authority the mystery number one guy has.
Well, we'll find out.
Because, I mean, the WDO is still, like, under the unified government, isn't it?
I don't know.
We have to put an end to this. I guess we do. I know it's our only option. But can you really do it? It's a cruel decision to make.
Okay, would the game be better or worse if they started making out right now?
Guys, we ran out of budget.
Enjoy this, the makeout scene. The 15-hour-long sex scene.
Have to censor it and everything.
Exactly.
What's wrong? If you refuse, you will be yielding to me. I'll become death or the devil himself for the sake of Kanai Ward. Now, choose.
This doesn't work
You
together.
reap my soul, destroy the mystery labyrinth, and expose the truth of Kanai Ward. Or give up and remain here forever.
Don't you reanimate when you die?
After a day.
What is
Then
your
we'll wait a day.
solution?
We'll put him in a bag and, like, throw it in the ocean, like, have fun.
Yeah.
We'll put a brick in it.
Well, you can just come back and we can hang out.
Yeah.
Master, I already said everything I wanted to say.
Is there actually, like, 2 endings to this game?
In the end, it's your decision. I believe in you.
What's wrong? Destroy me already! Otherwise, you will die here instead!
Alright, bye.
See ya.
Yeah, I'll create a save here. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I guess you can always do whatever.
Also, I don't think I've saved in, like, literally ever. Alright.
See you later,
Choose to destroy the mystery labyrinth. I'll reap the culprit's soul like I always do. That will destroy the mystery labyrinth and kill the culprit.
He
It would solve the global
reanimates.
kidnapping case.
Yeah, he'll come back.
There would be chaos in Kanai Ward.
Probably.
The world will know about the homunculi. And who knows what'll happen to them and the city after that. I really don't know what to do.
Exposing the truth to make everyone happy is the perfect solution. The only way to do that is...
I wonder what they'd say if I walked up to the other one, though.
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah, let's just find out. Where is it?
It's interesting his tower's back
If you
here.
choose to stay in the mystery labyrinth, there's nothing I can do.
What, don't we, like, slowly pass out and die, though?
Eventually, it will absorb your
Yeah.
soul and you'll vanish without a trace.
What gets solved then?
If that's the conclusion you choose, I'll see you to the very end. Although he didn't sign a pact, he came here using coalescence.
I mean, he has to stay here, too.
Which means that once you vanish, coalescence will shut off and he'll be kicked out of this place.
Oh, so he'll live.
In
Yeah.
other words, he'll be the only one to escape the mystery labyrinth.
Exposing the truth to make everyone happy is the perfect solution.
Oh, it's really telling me,
The only way
like,
to
hey,
do
that's
that
not the
is-
right one right there.
Yeah, we can come back to it, I guess, if we want to see it. But I don't really care.
Let's destroy this
Are
place.
you sure? Is this your
Yes.
solution, Master?
Isn't this the one you wanted?
Don't question me, Shinigami! I've decided.
Is that really okay? Oh, okay. I was just wondering if that'd
Are
be
you
like
sure?
unique dialogue. I've decided.
See you later, loser.
Alright, get wrecked.
I've decided. The mystery labyrinth must be destroyed. That's a relief. I knew you'd make the right choice. I leave the rest to you.
He's just gonna come back. This is not a big deal.
Let it end.
He might not. I mean, it is his soul.
It was a soul for all the other ones.
I won't be the one
Yeah,
to
but they came back
destroy
dumb.
the mystery labyrinth. What? I'd only need to gather evidence and expose Kanai Ward's secrets to solve this case. There is no place for emotion in that. But that's not how I want things to be. That's not the perfect solution I'm looking for.
How about what? What are we doing that's weird?
He doesn't want to be the one to destroy it.
He wants Makoto to destroy it, or?
I
It's
guess.
not the perfect solution unless everyone is saved. Do you still not get it? Idealism solves nothing.
Dude, we're the two most powerful people in the world. It does if we both decide to do it.
Yeah.
It's not just about my ideals. I have a plan. What are you going to do?
The emergency
I've
exit?
put a lot of thought into this. When it comes to the perfect solution that can bring true happiness to the people of Kanai Ward, there is no answer. In the end, detectives are just outsiders. I don't believe a solution brought by an outsider will make everyone happy. So instead, why not let the people of Kanai Ward decide for themselves?
What do you mean by that?
Tell everyone in Kanai Ward the truth, and let them choose their own futures.
You know, it would be interesting if, like, they all just, like, scrambled away from Kanai World. Ward?
Okay.
And they just, like, went to, like, go live, like, in the regular world. But even then, like, they have, like, a heart attack and die one day, and they come back,
Well, even then, like, the sun's still a big problem.
Yeah, that's true.
So
So I guess that doesn't really work, huh? Never mind.
Have the people decide how to fix this problem.
What are they gonna do?
You're leaving it to others to solve? That's your solution?
That's what I've always done.
It's not my solution, it's everyone's. I'll let everyone in Kanai Ward do what I can't do on my own.
Democracy. The game.
Yep.
Even if a great detective reached out from above, they would never touch the people here. Only the city's residents can solve the contradictions facing them.
They can fix the plot holes.
Do you really
They can tell me what really
they can
happened.
accept the truth? I'm sure of it. I believe in them. And I'm sure you do too. After all, you love the people of Kanai Ward. So whether it's right or wrong, at least it's something everyone will decide upon together. That would be for the best. I think that is the perfect solution this city needs.
But how do you intend on telling everyone the truth? They might not believe it.
Cut him up. Look, you're pink.
Yeah.
That's where you come in. I want you to directly tell them everything. Not as the homunculus of the WDO's #1, but as Amaterasu's CEO, who has been protecting Kanai Ward. I think everyone will listen to you. I want you to work together with
This means we have to take the emergency exit to leave, though, right?
We can still kill him, he'll come back. Yum's just gonna be like, he's a homunculus, stupid, give it a day.
I mean, probably.
And then that'll be it.
Solving the mystery in the real world will destroy the mystery labyrinth that was spawned from it. Right?
Labyrinth is the physical embodiment of a mystery in the real world, after all. If the mystery in the real world vanishes, so will its manifestation here.
That settles it. You need to leave here alive so you can destroy the mystery labyrinth from the real world.
Are we just gonna, like, wait here while he does that?
And you intend to
No,
stay
time has
here
stopped outside of here,
in
though.
my place?
Yeah.
The time has
Master,
stopped.
I think you already know this, but that means you will die.
Yeah, I know. Are you sure about this? You're sacrificing your own life just to let others find the solution.
And don't forget the fact you don't have to actually do it.
I can't believe a detective would make that choice. No, probably not. But remember, I'm just a trainee.
No, that's actually not the choice I made. I chose destroy the mystery labyrinth by killing you.
And turn all those people into monsters.
Yuma's bending my words a little bit.
I've done everything alone until now. Even before coming to this city when I was the WDO's #1, I've always decided everything on my own to try to reach the perfect solution. We share the same DNA, and yet, you're trusting someone else to find the solution for you? This feels weird to say to myself, but you're brilliant.
I'm brilliant.
That's why you've placed all the burden on yourself, but you're taking on more than you can carry. On the other hand, even though I've lost so much, I was able to grow from it. I'm far from perfect, so all I can do is rely on others to make up for my shortcomings.
So confident.
Do always rely on others whenever you're in trouble.
But to rely on others, well, it's like you're entrusting yourself to them. You believe in them and put your fate in their hands. If you can't figure out the perfect solution, then why not entrust it to someone else?
Well, that's one sure way for Master to solve this. You're always letting others make up your mind for you.
I'm curious what the other ending is. This one sounds weird.
Yeah.
Can you cancel coalescence on your own? Yes. Whoever wields coalescence can revoke it at any time. And if coalescence is cancelled, what will happen to him?
He was never supposed to be in here to begin with, so he'll be tossed back into the real world.
Well then, all that's left is for you to end your coalescence. I'll stay here and wait for you to destroy the mystery labyrinth from the real world.
But isn't time stopped?
I'm sure your soul will vanish before then, Master.
And what if I betrayed you instead? Even if I leave, I may not tell everyone the truth.
Then I would die and Kanai Ward would keep on going, baby.
You would never do that. It's how I know I can trust you with this.
You'll never be a great detective, Master. I've been saying it all along, but you're just too naive.
You're right about that. You've got a good partner. I see. You used to solve everything on your own. But since you lost everything along with your memories, you accepted the help of your partner and surpassed your former self.
Not really.
How
I
ironic.
don't feel very surpassed.
Yeah.
The last one of me solved everything instantly without any help.
Very well. You can count on me. I'll take care of the rest. I'm now going to cancel my coalescence.
How long do I have to wait here to die?
Well, time is paused, so however long we decide to take.
Well, he's gone.
Yeah.
What do we do now?
By the way, Master, you can still reconsider this. If the soul of the real culprit gets reaped, the mystery labyrinth will be destroyed as usual. Right. I know.
I mean, we have Makoto's face. We could literally just, like, go take his mask and, like, do the exact thing he's doing right now. Like,
Yeah.
hey guys, I'm your CEO!
I'm sure we have the same voice tricks.
Yeah.
But destroying the mystery labyrinth from outside is a smart idea for a goober like you. Though you did drop the ball right at the end.
Even now, you can't be nice? It may not be the perfect solution I wanted, but if everyone in Kanai Ward understands...
Aww, but it's such a shame. I wanted to make you a detective greater than #1 himself. But I guess this is it.
That the emergency
Whoa,
exit?
What's going on?
What do you mean? It's the mystery labyrinth's emergency exit.
Okay, I knew this had to come up eventually.
Emergency exit?
An emergency exit, huh? Well, there is one, kinda.
What's the price of going through it?
Maybe we
There
lose
is?
Shinigami.
But it doesn't solve anything. You'll just go right back to the mess you came from.
Maybe that is what it means.
Besides, to use the emergency exit, you'll have to pay a heavy, heavy price.
And that is...
Don't worry about it. Using it here wouldn't help anyway.
Huh? This door is the emergency exit?
So what's the price?
We'll
Yeah.
go back to the moment Makoto was pointing a gun at you before we entered the mystery labyrinth. But he should be fine now, so I'm sure you can leave without worry.
Wait, hold on. It's that easy? What about the heavy price?
Oh, that. It's not much.
What?
It'll just cancel our pact.
Alright, I'm doing that one.
No worries there.
What?
But if that happens, your memories will come back. Maybe this would actually be better for you.
I can get my memories back? If I go through that door?
I know it's supposed to be like, but Shinigami. I'd be like, well, see ya.
Well, but will Makoto still, like, be evil then? And, like, pointing a gun at me?
No, this all still happened.
You got it.
Doesn't undo everything
But
that's happened, just the pact.
What will happen to you if our pact is cancelled?
And the mystery labyrinth will still get destroyed, right?
Yeah.
Nothing you should worry about. Once you end our pact, you'll forget all about me and the mystery labyrinths.
Oh.
Huh? Why?
I don't know which one I want to do then, actually.
And that's how it goes with death gods. It's why our existence isn't exactly widely known. The same goes for the people who entered the mystery labyrinth using coalescence. They forget all about it.
Okay.
But
Besides
what will
Vivia, for
happen
some
to
reason.
You? Will you return to the book?
I can either return to the Book of Death and sleep for centuries, or vanish with this mystery labyrinth. I actually have no idea. It's the first time anybody's used the emergency exit. But I figured it'd be okay to let you use it, Master. Anyway, I guess this is goodbye.
See ya.
I don't know. I kind of want to stay after hearing that.
We just die
Your
though.
memories back,
And then she'll
finally be free of
also
your annoying
whatever.
partner.
How could I be happy about this? You've helped me so much.
You've provided so much fan service.
Don't do that, Master. You should be saying, I never want to see your ugly face again.
Can we just make another pact
Take
if I
off like you
walk
just
through the
bit the
emergency
jackpot.
exit?
You should
won't
tell
even
me
remember,
that
though.
you hated our time together. Otherwise, you'll make me second-guess myself.
Aww. No more emo goth mommy for us.
Before you lost your memories, you solved cases without anyone's help, right?
So I've heard. I don't remember though.
Are you saying I'll get an IQ boost or what?
Hopefully.
Well, because you lost your memories, you were forced to depend on others. You and #1 began walking different paths. But in the end, you solved the mystery of Kanai Ward, even when your past self couldn't. Maybe before you lost your memories, you planned for all of this to happen. You figured out that the perfect solution you could come up with on your own wasn't enough. So maybe you trusted the version of yourself that lost his memories to find it. And then you went and trusted the people of Kanai Ward, Master.
That's all the more reason why I don't want to forget our time together.
What'll happen to my character growth?
Otherwise, I'll never be able to apologize to you enough.
There's no other way. That's just how it works. Well, if by some miracle you remembered for just a moment, I hope you make your wish come true. You know, about wanting to eradicate all unsolved mysteries in the world and making people happy.
What happens to her if we do go out the door?
He can either go back to the book or stay here.
I thought that was the one if we... I don't remember now.
Hey, come on, Master! Boys aren't supposed to cry.
Cried a lot this game.
Yeah, big crybaby.
Can't help it.
Come on, pull yourself together. You better stand up and walk straight, even without yours truly. I'm putting my trust in you, Master.
Yeah, I promise.
No, give me a choice.
One day, I'll show you a world where everyone is happy. I swear.
But we won't remember us making that promise.
Good.
Right?
This is still his
There's no
original
time.
goal, though.
You better hurry, or the mystery labyrinth will absorb you.
Isn't he supposed to be destroying this place? He's taking an awfully long time doing it.
Time's frozen.
For us?
For everything outside of the labyrinth. It would absorb us?
Well, sure, but then how's he break the labyrinth if he can't tell everyone?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? You're saying time is frozen outside of the mystery labyrinth.
Yeah, like it always is.
And he's supposed to be breaking the mystery labyrinth by telling everyone the truth.
But he can't because time's frozen as long as we're here.
Yeah, but our original plan was just to stay here and wait.
Wait for it to absorb us so time would resume. Because then we wouldn't be freezing.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
So then he could go and do whatever in the
So
labyrinth.
we were just like, well, I'm gonna wait here till I die, I guess.
Yeah.
Wait, can I talk to her and stay? I just saved. I don't want to go, though. Okay, I guess I'm going.
Peace out, lady.
Darn, this sucks. She was the only part I liked about this game.
Well, she said hold on.
Oh. Can't you just walk out the door with me?
Bye-bye, Master.
Oh, she's gonna kick me, I bet.
Yep.
Thank you, Shinigami.
Never mind. I didn't bet on anything. No, this sucks!
I'm not sad or anything. I'm used to being alone. And that solves everything.
Sad.
I thought she was gonna be like crying
That's
as
me.
she said that. Did she die or what happened to her?
Well, I don't know. It was kind of left as an either or.
What happened?
I've gotten that trainee detective to agree. The preparations are complete. Now, let's begin.
I'll be
The
taking
confidence.
all your memories. You sure about this? I would think number one of the WDO could solve the case all on his own.
I mean, I kind of think he could too, but...
No. Where I'm going, that's not sufficient to make everyone happy. Besides, it's best to pack light for a journey.
You sound like someone about to commit suicide.
Kind of is.
Signing a pact with a death god, it's basically the same as
Look how
dying.
confident he's like standing.
Yeah, I know, it's
You're
weird.
right about that. I mean, you'll be a different person when you wake up.
look after me when I do. I know you won't be able to say much due to our pact, but please guide me on the path to becoming a detective. I'm putting my trust in you.
You really are crazy. Nobody should trust a death god with their life.
I have a feeling you and I will do well together.
You sure you're brave enough to be my partner? You're not gonna whine the whole time, are you?
And then we whined the whole time.
Well, since you've entrusted yourself to me, I'll be your mentor. I'll turn you from a little fledgling to a great detective.
I look forward to it.
Now, let's begin. Are you ready to give everything for the truth?
Yes, of course.
Then we fell on the floor and heavily damaged our hippocampus.
And about what you asked earlier. I'm serious. I will show you a world where everyone is happy.
Oh, is that the line that
Even if
implies
it's a
he
different version
remembers?
of me, I promise I'll make it happen.
So
Maybe.
you're fine with every part of the pact?
Yes, of course.
You better keep your end of the bargain. Even if you forget all about me. Cross your heart and hope to die, Master.
Oh my god, okay.
Oh, and then I was gone. It kind of fits for a few people.
Yeah, a lot of people. Okay. So, what is this final chapter gonna look like? Are we gonna be like a super confident version of ourselves with no Shinigami now? Or?
I'd almost think like right there is where they put the credits, you know?
Right.
But
But I think there's more. Sure, I'll save, I guess. Kind of sad.
we chillin'.
We chilling. Kind of would have rather just stayed with Shinigami, honestly.
You would have just died. Or worse, whatever happens to his soul in the Mystery Labyrinth.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, you just phase out from existence and then you'd both be gone either way. Like, it seems like no
True.
matter what, Yuma was dying. And now number one's back.
More rain.
Find out.
Same as always.
Is this Karumi?
Yeah.
Until recently, I despised this rain.
I figured out it was keeping you
Thought
alive.
It was just dark and sad.
I mean, don't tell me we
Now I
play as
see it
Karumi.
It's a gentle rain, protecting us. A strange illusion appears when I look up at it.
She's flying!
How are you doing
The
that?
rain isn't falling on me, but rather, I am ascending toward it. At least, that's how it feels.
This must be at least a few weeks later, right?
I suppose that's enough sentimentality for today.
Must be.
Where's
Time to go shopping.
Where's Yuma Doodoo Head?
Be number one now.
Epilogue. Raincode. Yeah,
Doodoo Head?
maybe this epilogue won't be very long then.
Raincoat.
Are we really Karumi?
I guess so.
Oh my god, I want to be Karumi!
Odd.
What's with the big backpack?
Keeps all our meth inside of it.
Hi, Karumi! I've got your order right here. Ta-da! Amaterasu Corporation's brand spanking new raincoat. It'll easily block out both rain and sunlight.
Oh.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Wow! Amaterasu sure has changed. They're even making
Got
products
dog
for
in
us
there.
now. Just a bit ago, they mainly exported
It's
stuff,
weird.
so we never knew what they were making. But Mr. Makoto taking the helm of both Amaterasu and Kanai Ward really changed things.
Maybe this has been a few months then.
Could
Yeah, that's true.
It's nice to have a local business invested in our town's interests. Of course,
It's not a
I don't
local
think
business, it's a
exporting goods
conglomerate.
So that more money
Yeah.
comes into Kanai Ward.
Well, I'm sure Mr. Makoto can handle it.
You got that right. Glory to the future of Kanai Ward. By the way, what's with the heavy bag? You going somewhere?
It's a bomb.
Just explodes. Credits roll.
I see. Well, take care. Good rain to you.
Likewise. Good rain to you too.
Oh
you
my
got
god.
there. Little thing.
I got weird
Next on
zombie
the shopping
sayings
list
now.
Is right. Body cream.
Body? Why do you need body cream?
I think it's like sunscreen.
Oh, is she going like on a trip, like leaving Kanai Ward?
I think so.
Okay, that's fine if these guys decide that, but they know, like other places should know too, like if one of these guys die, they're gonna start killing people.
Well, that's why they got the big raincoat and the body cream gauge, so they don't do that.
Yeah, but what if they get hit by a car?
I don't know, then they scoop up the body. It takes a while to happen.
What's this guy have to say?
I'm starting to feel like the rain isn't so bad.
Yes.
Yeah, it does protect us after all.
I never thought I'd feel this way.
Okay, so they must know like everything then.
Do they know they're eating people to survive?
Yeah, that's true too. Do they know that? And are they still just doing that?
I mean, they'd have to. That was literally the biggest mystery.
that is like a part of the mystery, and you're supposed to expose it all.
Yeah.
So you're just like, yeah, it's delicious now.
Maybe they found a better solution for it.
Also, this is the ramen shop. What happened to Yuma Coco Head?
Excuse me. Do you have the body cream I ordered?
Of course. Here you go. Specialized
Why would they
body
put
cream
so
that'll
much
protect
work
you from harmful sunlight.
into this one lady's like model?
It's perfect for us
I don't know.
homunculi.
Representation, I guess.
It's perfect for us homunculi. I can't believe I'm getting used to saying that.
So they invented sunscreen.
I never would have imagined. Oh well, that's life.
That's life.
I'm an immortal creature.
It was all so sudden. That day, Mr. Makoto startled all of us in Kanai Ward with that.
You'd think this would put people into like
broadcast.
a depression, you know?
Well, it probably
Seeing
did for a
his
while.
face behind the mask was surprising enough. Who could have guessed we were all monstrous homunculi?
We're not monsters. We're just a little bit different from regular people.
We come back to life and start eating human flesh, and we need to eat human flesh now.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise they're
That's
immortal.
what Mr. Makoto said. Still, it's hard to accept it. And I'm not talking just about myself here. Everyone feels the same way.
I mean, you guys at the very least get to be ageless, you know? You just keep it up and you'll be fine.
By my understanding, yeah.
For now, I think we should just take it slow. If we can accept things slowly, we can live our lives with more hope.
Right. We're immortal, after all.
Yeah, there
We've
you
got
go.
plenty of time.
Okay.
Besides, we all made the decision together. After we voted on the referendum, we chose to follow Mr. Makoto. So yeah, like he said, we need to take it slow and live with hope.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Alright.
Okie dokie. Next is... Oh, right! I need to buy a map!
Where are you traveling?
Maybe just everywhere.
Aren't you still in school?
No, they probably canceled after those girls killed each other.
You have eternity, so you don't need to do anything.
Honestly, yeah, like if you're suddenly immortal, are you really worried too much about like, oh, gotta go get A's in my classes?
Yeah.
Like I know if I suddenly turned into an immortal type thing, I'd have a lot different priorities.
Since then, the people in town have stopped eating meat buns.
Don't they have to?
No one wants them anymore, now that we know what they're made of. I think that's a natural response.
But you
Our
had
bodies
to.
may be artificial, but our hearts are still human.
What do you eat now?
Why were they feeding them to you in the first place then if you didn't need them?
Is it a voluntary thing now? Like, hey, by the way, here's a pill that has some human in it.
Maybe.
What's a peacekeeper?
Well, this is weird. I didn't think we'd be playing as Kurumi. I thought...
We
I'm
surely
sure
did.
we'll bump into Yuma or something, or we're like going to wherever Yuma's at.
We definitely got the bad ending here playing as her.
I'm very curious what the other ending would even be.
What are the zombie ones doing now, I wonder? You think there's like rehabilitation efforts or something?
They go through rehab.
I mean, maybe. It could be possible. It's not like they fully tested everything.
Yeah, I'm sure they're just
Oh
experimenting.
wait, I bet this is a zombie one. He looks all gray.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Oh, sorry. How can I help?
Nah, he's chilling. He's just gray.
He's just gray.
He's just old.
The map, right? You want the world map.
Yes, that's right.
Now that Kanai Ward is no longer isolated, I can order books from around the world. I'm so giddy about it that I can't help but read every one.
I understand. It's been a while since we were able to interact with anyone outside of the city.
You never did.
Yeah, not really.
There have been a lot of problems, but Mr. Makoto is handling the negotiations. So I'm sure it'll be fine.
It will be. Of course.
I don't know, not to be that guy, but if I was like the ultimate leader of like a country, let's say, even though I think technically a lot of the world is like united under the unified government in this game, I don't know if I'd be so crazy about immortal homunculi people that go ravenous when they die coming into my country, you know? Because if one just happens to get hit by a car, oh my god, next thing you know, he's up in the sunlight, like, eating people. He could eat like 50 people. I don't know.
Well, I guess, but at the same time, like, peace and love, you know? Also, maybe this is like a metaphor for that kind of thing.
Maybe.
Like, immigration or racism or allowing different people in.
Yeah, but like other races of actual people don't turn into crazy monsters when they die.
Well, by having an exaggerated version of it, be like, hey, we can accept it, then
it's like, you should obviously be able to accept the minor version of it.
Right. I mean, it's not like someone that has a different skin tone as me is gonna like turn
real
you
homunculi, we're black people, la la la.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Mr. Makoto is so amazing. Even if it was decided by the referendum, he quickly ended our isolation and promised to negotiate with the unified government as well. Although he did say it was his way of atoning. He was ready to turn himself in, but we stopped him from doing so with that referendum.
Okay.
Honestly, he doesn't have to force himself to work so hard. It'd be awful if he ever collapsed from it all.
Imagine if like all of this, like you lived through all of this stuff, and then like months later when you're ready to travel, these guys have to keep giving like narration, like, isn't it crazy when this happened? And like every shopkeeper you go to is like, isn't it crazy when all this
and they keep going in like chronological order of each other too. It's like they got walkie talkies, they turn, they're like, okay, I just explained this part, you gotta explain this now.
Yeah,
exactly. Go to the next guy.
Oh, but maybe homunculi don't get tired? I'm not sure myself.
Wouldn't you know? Also, this guy, like, super old guy, probably like 80 years old, was probably like, I'm accepting of my death soon. And now he's like, wait a second, I'm like gonna have a midlife crisis now. I'm good, bro. Yeah. But that'd be like good news. Like, if I was like young, I'd be so terrified. I'm like, what? I'm a monster. But if I was like some old guy on my deathbed already, I'd be like, actually, this is pretty chill.
Yeah, and I'm sure like death still feels the same for them. Like, they just go mindless. It's not like you have much of a mind when you're dead anyways.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know,
I would honestly not stress about it too much.
This is a weird ending, kinda.
Whatever the case, he better not overwork himself.
No, he should.
He's Kanai Ward's leader, and leader of us homunculi.
You got that right. The coexistence between humanity and homunculi has just begun.
Yeah, so if like two homunculi have a baby, is it just another homunculi, by the way?
I don't even know if they can, dude.
Anyway, about that world map. What made you want to get it?
It's a secret. Sorry.
Okay.
It involves a high school girl's crush.
Alright.
So...
A crush, huh?
I don't know. If Yuma was number one, he might be like 10 years older than you.
He's like 40.
I must have my precious multi-pack of instant ramen.
Oh, we're gonna see the guy.
Pretty obvious. This girl's never been on a trip in her life.
No. I hope they got a better machine to keep this going. That one looked like it was like put together with duct tape and bubble gum.
The rain one.
Yeah.
Well, they all know to stay inside. They got their
All
sunscreen
the
now
milk
anyway.
shops vanished from town, but ramen shops popped up in their place.
Led by a guy named Yuma Cocohead.
Oh, Kurumi!
Hi, you look busy.
I sure am, but busy is great for business. I need to go inspect the grand openings for our 3 brand new locations.
Why are you so popular now?
In a strange twist of fate, he appeared in Kanai Ward using his passion for cooking to develop ramen. Ultimately, he turned that ramen into something with all the nutrients a homunculus would need.
How?
Using humans or just, I found a secret chemical.
Yeah, well, how?
And of course, it's super yummy, says everyone.
It's another human thing.
Can be such an enigma.
How do you do that?
Although I originally made a contract with him, I ended up following him here out of guilt. This city was a shock to my system at first, but I was able to open up the ramen shop of my dreams. So I think coming here was the right call.
Maybe?
Seriously, though.
Okay, here's my
it can be
theory.
So strange.
He's a human. He's a real person. So maybe if he like pees in the broth the ramen gets cooked in, it like...
That's just waste though. It's not humans. Like,
it's got human DNA in it.
I don't know. That's for the next game. Detective Archive. The P code.
The P code.
Yes, I think so too. Oh, that's right. May I please have a multi-pack of instant ramen? For now, I need about a month's supply.
How are you gonna fit that?
Huh? A month? Sure thing, but why do you need so much?
He looks so like peeved.
I know.
What in the world?
It's a secret.
It's a secret. It's a secret. I'm gonna turn into a sun monster
you.
and slaughter a city.
You want to get a bite to eat while you're here?
Yeah, like, I don't know. There's just so much stuff that could happen that could go wrong. Like,
I'd be wary of it too, but maybe they have like safeguards in place. You know, you never know. Or maybe they're still in like the negotiation for leaving.
yeah, I'm sorry. There's gonna be so much discrimination against these guys for literally hundreds of years.
Until they're like all hundreds of years old and like the smartest, wisest, probably like leaders of every government just
Yeah.
because they're the only ones who've like lived long enough, you know?
Right.
No, I'm okay for today.
All right then.
What happens if a human and a
good rain to you.
homunculus have a baby?
Probably nothing.
Good rain to you too.
Good rain.
That's it for the shopping. I've safely completed all my preparations. I should head to the Nocturnal Detective Agency. I better hurry.
Oh yeah,
or
is
I'll
everyone
make an
alive?
Maybe. Maybe they're homunculi now.
Okay. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, join the Discord, and we'll see you
Enjoy.
in the next episode.
I'm excited for more Kurumi code.
Kurumi code. Already more interesting.
No. But yeah, this is interesting. I don't really have anything else to say though.
I don't really either. I'm just curious now just to see where it all went. And I don't know. I'm a little curious what like happened to Shinigami and Yuma specifically.
They're kissing.
I wish that would be my ideal ending. I'd spend the rest of my life in a mystery labyrinth.
Well, that's a little sad, but
Well, I mean, he's just pretty much dying anyway. He lost all his memories again.
yeah.
So, I mean, that'd be really the only way he himself survives.
That's always like kind of something I thought of, like when you've lost your memories like that.
Are you really the same person kind of thing?
I don't think so. Like, it always makes me wonder the hypothetical, like, if you murdered someone and then lost all your memories, are you still guilty? Like, should you still be punished even though you kind of never did it?
I mean, I think of mindsets I had back when I was in, like, you know, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, like any different age, really. And I thought about the things I thought about back then and the way I looked at the world and everything. And it's just so completely night and day to the way I see everything now. To call myself the same person as that guy feels like, I guess. Like, I wouldn't really consider myself the same person either, but at the same time, it's just a different version, I guess. You know, it's the version that before all the character digression happened.
Here's a better question.
What?
Would you, okay, so when people kill other people, usually like long life sentences are handed out, right?
Okay.
Do you think it'd be, okay, you pick the new status quo. When someone murders someone else or does something deserving of a life sentence,
Okay.
they would get their memory erased instead. So they're just a new person. Would you support that idea?
I think you'd have to do more. Because I took like a criminology class, okay? So like why people commit crimes.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of the stuff, so like let's say someone goes to jail, spends 10 years there, comes out. There's a huge, like at least in America, there's like 75% of them go back to jail within like the next, some amount of years, you know?
Uh-huh.
So like most of them go back to jail. And a lot of it is because they end up going back to the same places with all the bad influences they had before, hanging out with the same people, they have the same family members. I think more than just wiping all their memories, you'd have to force them to get a new identity.
Relocate them.
And relocate after that.
Okay, then yeah, we'll go off that lodge. But would you do it then? They either spend a life in prison...
I'd let people vote for it. Whether they wanted that to be the law.
Okay.
What do you do for like... Let's say you're in jail for 10 years, because that's still 10 years of your life you're giving away.
Maybe they revert you, they cut all your memories up until you were 10.
Oh, there you go. So you're just a 10-year-old in a 40-year-old man's body?
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't know. Maybe they just give you a choice or something at that point.
Like, I'm not against it, but I just feel like they'd have to do more than taking the memories away. There's also, like, I forget what they call it, but it's basically like, if you're someone people expect to do a crime... there's a higher chance that you would do a crime, you know?
Uh-huh.
So, like, a lot of times, kids who are, like, under constant suspicion that they're doing something bad. I mean, you even see this with, like, races and stuff, you know? There is, like, stipulation, like, what's this shady-looking black kid doing, you know?
It is
like,
a stereotype, yeah.
It kind of weighs on them, and it's like, well, if everyone thinks I'm this thing, maybe I'll just... It gets to them, you know? And
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's specifically a race thing, but it can happen with anything, really. Like, let's say you're a kid and both your parents were criminals, and now people look at you like, oh, that's the kid who both his parents are criminals, you know?
Then if you're constantly stuck with that label...
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called the labeling theory, something like that.
Well, there you go.
Thank you.
Anyways. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Let me do the intro.
Okay.
Okay, Gage, do the intro.
Why do you do this?
There you go.
Welcome back to RatAttack, everybody. Today we're playing more Kurumi Code. Listen, I'm guessing either this episode or the next episode is going to be like the last episode.
If you don't know, see if the title says end of raincode.
Raincode finale.
Yeah, that's what we always do. Anyways, let's go to the thing. I'm tired of wandering around.
I'm trying, bro. I'm literally walking there now.
Go underground.
Put your panties back on, bro.
I don't wear panties. I wear
undergarments.
Yeah, I wear manly underwear with Sonic the Hedgehog on them.
I'm a distinguished gentleman.
Yeah. Very curious to see if everyone else is still alive. I imagine they are, because it'd be weird. Why would we even go to the Nocturnal Detective Agency if everyone was dead?
Maybe Yuma's is there, or number one.
Number Yuma.
Numero Yumero.
Numero 1.
There you go.
Also, isn't the water, like, super polluted? Can't we, like, clean that up now a little bit? I still see garbage floating in it.
We still need the rain.
And, well, it's not the rain polluting it. I think they're just a terrible corporation. I mean, look at those buildings.
It's cute they have skylights everywhere. Like, so not needed, but just cool.
Probably feel, like, lonely with it being dark all the time. They need some sunshine in their day.
What if Zombie Yako's here?
That'd be kind of cool.
They might do that, just be like, we fix them.
Where's Vivia?
Well then, let's get going.
Can't believe we're saying goodbye to this place.
Why are we taking Kurumi again?
All said and done, I'm gonna miss it.
We have shared many memories here. But departure is just the start of a new adventure. Be sure not to forget anything before we set sail.
Hey, princess! Your suitcase? You've already forgotten something.
When they said set sail, I thought they were going to drive the submarine away.
Hey everyone! You're all still here! I'm glad I made it in time.
Kurumi! You came to see us off? Where are the others? Are any of my fans with you?
No, it's just me.
Huh? Oh, maybe they were too shy to come along.
You did nothing.
Yeah.
Wait, where's Vivia? Vivia?
Okay.
What are you doing?
Hey, Kurumi. I figured if I stayed inside a suitcase, someone would carry me. Long trips are exhausting. All journeys can be life-threatening. There is no peace or quiet.
You never change, Vivia.
So their deaths were faked, I take it? Like it was just Makoto being like, look, your friends are dead, how tragic.
They just like all wake up naked somewhere?
Maybe.
You all really are leaving, huh?
After that incident,
Well, where are you going?
we stayed at the agency to monitor what would happen. But our work here is done. The city will be fine.
I mean, you're still detectives, though. I mean, there's still going to be, like, crime here. I mean, now that they, like, if someone kills someone else, the victim is just going to, like, come back the day later, like, eh.
And if they have a way to like fix them,
It'd be cool if they did. If they found one. Like, if the world really works together to research one, I feel like they could make one.
yeah, just get one that's fixed.
I mean, they already got this far making immortal people, so just make better immortal people. I don't know. Like, another, like, kind of plot hole I find is weird is, like, you're telling me no one, like, commit suicide in this city in that 3 years?
I assume it just gets cleaned up.
Yeah, but how would they know? Like, if you hang yourself in your room, it's not guaranteed to be within 24 hours that someone finds your body, you know?
Right.
So, I mean, it could be like mama visiting, like 3 weeks later, like, why haven't they answered my text? Oh my god, a zombie! You're telling me, like, nothing like that happened even once?
I mean, it could have. I guess the peacekeepers could always cover it up.
I'm guessing that's probably has to be what happened, because, well,
I mean, again, that was during Yomi's times, and he was pretty ruthless. So I imagine if someone did find that stuff out, he'd just get rid of them.
He'd probably just kill them.
And then throw them in the thing.
Probably. I mean, there was quite a few people in the restricted areas, so...
I don't think Yomi knew about the restricted place, though.
He knew about the homunculi. And if he knew about the homunculi, he'd have a lot more questions about the rest of it. Like,
okay, yeah. I guess I don't really know what he did and didn't know, but I thought they said something where he didn't know about it.
Makoto said something where he knew about the homunculi. And like I said, if you know about the homunculi, you're going to have a lot of questions like, so what do we do with the people when they come back to life? And I'm guessing they told him, like, oh, restricted area.
Yeah, okay.
You know? Plus, if I was the big guard dog of the city, I wouldn't be like, I wonder why this random place is sealed off and I don't know anything about it.
Right.
Yeah, it's time we stepped off the stage.
Yeah, Yomi's really just like...
detectives just sticking around isn't a great look.
Yomi was just weird. Like, he was so irrelevant at the end of the day a little bit.
Yeah, he was kind of built up to be a big bad and then just thrown off the stage.
Yeah.
That's not true. Detectives are heroes to me.
Kanai Ward is free. If you ever need us, we shall fly to your aid.
What did Kurumi do to get all your friendship?
I've spoken to Makoto as well. If Kanai Ward ever needs detectives, he can call us anytime. Halara Nightmare will be at his service.
For a price.
You said for Makoto?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy's rich. He can afford it. You know, Kurumi didn't really do much in the story besides tell us the word homunculus. And then besides that, she just knew some here and there information about Blank Week that everyone knew. You know?
Yeah, she's pretty useless when it came to it. Like, she had some information, but...
I really thought... So, like, a couple things. If you look at the cover, one, who the heck is the guy on the top left? Like, that is not a character in this game. And second of all, why is Kurumi so, like, sad and crying? I thought Kurumi was going to have, like, a way bigger role, you know? She's, like, the biggest one on the cover.
I feel like the person on the left is meant to be Makoto. Like, it might not match up perfectly, but I have no idea who else that could be realistically.
He's got, like, scars on his eyes, and he looks so old.
I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be number one or something.
It probably is supposed to be Makoto, but... Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't work for cheap.
So, where will you go now?
For now, we're heading back to WDO headquarters. We don't know what'll happen after that. I'm sure we'll be dispatched to some other job. The World Detective Organization can be such slave drivers.
I thought WDO headquarters was bombed in that terrorist attack.
Oh, yeah.
On! How many times do I have to explain it to you?
Explain it to me, too.
The explosion footage we saw was all a sham!
And why did... Okay.
A sham? So, it never really happened?
I thought Makoto admitted to it,
Why
though.
would anyone do such a thing?
It was all done by
Oops.
Makoto.
I didn't mean to skip that.
It wasn't the only thing he fabricated. He made it look like we died too. He prepared clothes identical to our outfits, and also found skeletons similar to our body types.
Yeah, I thought everyone was dead.
I can't believe you got duped like that, Kurumi. Nothing can kill us.
There were letters written by everyone, and I was told it looked like your handwriting.
If you shine a UV light on Kurumi, she'll slaughter all of you.
Yeah.
I hear that was thanks to Makoto's coalescence. Fortes are indeed formidable.
I would expect nothing less of number one's homunculus.
Are they gonna refer to Yuma as number one now?
It must be.
Homunculus?
Why don't you get it? How many times do I have to explain everything?
My apologies. My mind has been in a haze ever since we inhaled that white smoke.
Oh god, she's a drug addict now.
Do you even know how long ago that was?
No, how long ago was it?
After you were knocked out, you all woke up on the top floor of Kanai Tower, right?
Oh, why?
Yeah, it was Makoto's room. We were trapped in there.
You couldn't, like, break a window?
While we were locked up.
It's like a 500-foot drop.
Place.
They got Fortes.
Kurumi, you were there, right?
Yes. But only for half of it, really.
To think this was all for the final showdown. It was nothing but a ploy by Makoto to lure Yuma here, who took the lead role.
Jeez. It's all so unbelievable.
And filled with plot holes.
And again, almost everything in this city is too.
Yet, what I still struggle to comprehend is that Yuma was number one of the WDO.
He's so young.
Right. Even I didn't realize it.
You didn't think he was capable.
Yeah.
Who would have thought my man is the top detective of the WDO?
Former top detective. He already left the organization.
Oh, good for him.
It is such a waste for him to simply discard his position as number one.
His letter of resignation was submitted before he lost his memories. He had hoped that by quitting, he could bring change to the organization. In this new era, a detective must follow their own creed to solve each case.
That sounds dangerous, but fair, I guess.
He took the first steps to make that reality happen. I think it's commendable. Maybe I should quit too. Work as a detective is getting more.
You just need to go live in a cabin and become an author, dude.
Kinda.
So
He'd probably
good to
write
call
some
it
very good
quits.
books.
Yeah.
But
Or he'd just stalk
where did
people
Yuma, I mean, the
use their
former
lives as
number one,
books.
Right.
go?
I think it's fine to call him Yuma. It feels better that way.
He vanished without a word. I have no idea where he could be.
Kurumi knows. She's about to go visit him.
It sounds like it.
Kurumi, I'm sure you're worried too.
Huh? I'm not sure if worried is exactly the right word.
You was probably so confused. Like, if he lost all memory of Shinigami and, like, the mystery labyrinths, he's probably like, how did I just solve all of that and not know any of the clues?
Well, he might have forgotten the mystery. It probably was the same for these guys as for him. So, like, he probably remembers, like, oh my god, we're in a stressful situation, and then they just dropped it.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's not like he forgot everything he did as Yuma. it's just the Shinigami parts, which
Well,
would
right.
leave.
But still, that'd be like, Makoto's pointing a gun at me. What's going on? Why is he gone? What?
He might have known he was pacted with the Death God. Like, he knew about the Death God before.
He might have known that much.
So he probably knew the Death God was responsible for a lot of it, but...
And then just shrugged it off like, well, I guess it worked.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if Vivia still remembers it then.
He must. I don't see why he wouldn't.
Right.
But he was just very, like, spiritually in tune.
If we use Coalescence on Vivia, will we remember it too?
There's something I want to say to everyone.
You're going to find him, right?
Huh?
It doesn't take a detective to notice the giant backpack you're carrying.
Kurumi, are you really going to try to find Yuma?
Do you know where he went?
You still want to go?
I haven't said goodbye yet. Actually, I refuse to say goodbye.
The guy you knew is dead, bro.
Had a lot of fun spending time with Yuma.
All the corpses.
I've always admired detectives.
Yeah, I don't think you ever had a good day together.
Investigating with one was like a dream come true. That's why I want to be with him. Even if he's different now, Yuma will always be Yuma.
Come on. If you're gonna confess you love him, just tell him.
Huh? No! That's not what I meant!
Do you have a lead?
I've always wanted to take a trip. It's why I got permission from Mr. Makoto to travel.
You got exclusive access.
It'll be fine. I'm sure I can find him. Never underestimate my abilities as an informant.
They were useful twice.
Right. I believe you can do it, Kurumi.
A master detective and former #1 of the WDO. And a homunculus informant.
It feels like racism.
I think you two would make
A black guy and a Chinese guy. I think you guys would get along.
Like, imagine if you said, like,
We should get going.
a Yuma and a black
Since
informant.
Yeah, I
the
know.
WDO
It's...
is in a state of chaos. #1's position is still vacant.
You do it. You do it. You're fine.
An election to decide the next #1 will be held among the detectives soon.
I vote
You need to
Halara.
hurry home.
Maybe I'll nominate myself.
No one will vote for you.
Hey, why are you sighing?
If you find Yuma, give him my regards. Also, tell him I'm still waiting for him to pay up.
Right.
How do I get out of that?
I liked Clara. I wish they got more screen time.
I know.
Soon.
If they ever do make a sequel, Halara better be the new #1.
Kurumi, if you ever decide to ditch Yuma for me, give me a call anytime.
What? Who says that?
When you do, I hope you'll introduce me to your friends too.
What if she just barfed all over
Even your
him?
friends' friends. See ya. Bye, Kurumi!
I don't think anyone's gonna carry Vivia
Let's
away.
meet again in our dreams.
Thanks for everything,
He's gonna roll
Destiny.
himself out.
It is so hard to say farewell, but all adventures involve such partings. Well then, I must continue my own adventure. Please take care of yourself, Kurumi. And of course, I must thank the chief as well.
For what?
Dying.
What'd he do?
Died.
I don't remember.
He died.
With all my heart. Farewell, everyone.
All he did was almost get everyone arrested.
Somewhere out there in the world.
He put on his suit.
Damn. No one's gonna carry me. Great.
He needs to get one of those like
Walking
two-wheeled
is
things
way
people
too
ride
much
around on.
effort.
What do they call them? The little hoverboard things.
Was
I saw one thing on Impractical Jokers
rather
where one of them had
comfortable in
rideable luggage. It was like a
I know
suitcase
this may
with
sound
wheels
like
that
a
was
bad
motorized.
joke,
Yeah.
given what you are, but
What you are? He's so racist.
I want to die someday.
Please take care, Vivia!
Whatever.
Everyone is gone.
What if Yuma's just in the chimney? Hey!
I'm still here.
Yuma, I won't give up. Okay. I better get going too.
You don't have any clothes other than your school outfit?
Thank you so much.
She got her special
I met so
raincoat.
many people and learned an
That's true.
important truth.
Her sun coat.
It's all thanks to this detective agency. I'm really, truly grateful.
I mean, you could still take the submarine. I mean, that's like a multi-million-dollar machine.
You better close those curtains, girl. Makes me so nervous with them all doing this.
Yeah,
I'm
she
sorry
better
for
have that
suddenly
sunscreen
disappearing
on.
you. I thought I should take a little trip. From here on out, I intend to travel the world. There are still cities everywhere in need of detectives. I want to
How are you gonna make money?
unsolved mysteries.
Are you gonna be
from
like
this world
Halara
to
and
bring
charge
happiness to
everyone?
Everyone.
Probably not.
So I have to go.
He'll flip burgers every other day.
This is my dream.
So she wants to be like his sidekick.
And also,
Hey, where'd you get that? Hey, whoa.
In the meantime, I want you to hold on to this book for me.
Oh, okay.
Someday, once I'm finished, I'll come back.
So he
for
probably
it.
does remember a little bit of Shinigami then. He said he made a promise to someone.
I may be immortal, but I'm not that patient.
Now that you mention it, that would be a weird relationship. Yuma's like 80 years old and she still looks like a high schooler.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they age to the point of like not aging anymore. So she'd probably turn to look like 25 or something and then stop.
Oh, that looks pretty cool from a distance.
That is pretty cool.
If I was her, I'd definitely have like intrusive thoughts and like stick my hand in the sun for a second and like pull it back, you know?
Ooh, I'm feeling hungry. No, it still like makes her lightheaded and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an allergy. So once you get enough of it.
You know, that's a good question. Could they become resistant to the allergy?
Maybe.
Is this like out credits? There's totally going to be an after credits scene, right?
I guess, but now we have time to talk about whatever we want to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
Not really anything. No. I think that Sung Won Cho is the that one famous voice actor you always see. He was the #1 voice actor.
Who else does he voice act then?
I don't know who. He's the bigger Asian guy with the glasses who always does like YouTube skits.
Oh,
like ProZD or something.
I know that guy.
I think that's him, but I don't know for sure. Also,
Okay.
sorry, I didn't have any better descriptors.
No, yeah, I know the guy you're talking about. I like him. He's cool. I remember I used to think being like a voice actor would be really cool, and I watched like a guide video that he did of like.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
You know, I still would like voice acting. Honestly, I feel like I have a voice that if I did practice and develop it, you know, it's just fun when we do games that involve us actually doing the voices. Doing the voices. That was almost one thing that I didn't like as much about this game, was just that I couldn't do the voices. It was
a lot of fun in Danganronpa 2 and 3.
Yeah, and a ton of Persona, and like all of Amori. It was so embarrassing, like the first time. Like I remember playing Amori. Also, this music is loud.
I know.
And like having to voice, heck is her name? Aubrey?
Girl Yuma.
Aubrey, and I was like, you know, just doing like a high pitched voice, and I was like, oh god, this is embarrassing.
I always wonder like what it'd be like if like our bosses from work
Just saw
or
that.
like old friends or just anybody was like watching this and like, okay.
Right.
Like I just never told my family members about the channel until like a year after.
Like, do they know it's RatAttack, or do they just know you have one?
No, they know it's RatAttack.
Oh, do they ever look at it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not.
But
about this game, honestly, if I were to just give it like a straight up rating, so like every other game we've played on this channel, I would probably give at least a 7 out of 10. Probably most of them I'd give like an 8 or a 9 out of 10, or even a 10 out of 10. Like a Mori, I would give it solid 10 out of 10. You know?
I'd have to think about it more. I like the 1 to 5 scale more.
I don't.
Well, I might do 1 to 5 if you want to do 10 out of 10.
Okay, it just seems like, why would I limit myself, I guess?
It feels more impactful.
I'd probably give this game, if we're saying like 5 out of 10 is like, meh, it was okay, then yeah, I'd probably give it like a 5 out of 10.
I'd probably do like a 2 out of 5.
So just like just under half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because, honestly, okay, first and foremost, whenever I'm like criticizing a game, I always want to go through the performances first. So just allow me to rant a little bit.
Performances, what do you
mean?
Like
the voice acting, the animation, all of that.
Okay.
I think all of that was fine. So in terms of like the voice actors, I think they all did a good job. I don't like, there was never a time I was like, wow, that's really bad voice acting. It all felt good.
Yeah.
I did like Makoto's voice a lot. I think it was a very fun, dubious like kind of thing at first. All of them were pretty good. They're pretty good. The animation and stuff was good too. Like, I do think they kind of caught a lot of the Spike Chunsoft like energy through their 3D animations. Like, I imagine if Danganronpa was animated the same way, or by the same people, it'd be just as wacky. Because Danganronpa has a lot of wacky like scenes in it too. So I want to say, like, in terms of like those things, I think we're great. My only real issue with it is just the writing. Everything else I think was fine. Level design was cool. I liked the vibe of the mystery labyrinths. They were always very pretty to look at. But so much of the writing, like, usually it was pretty okay, like pretty solid. But there was a lot of the times where it was just like plot holes, like you said, and we've said them a million times. I don't think we need to go through them all again.
I could.
If you want to, you can when it's your turn, but like, just the writing was weird, and I feel like a lot of the characters, with how they were written and written into the story, there was so little time to grow to love and enjoy them. And even then, their personalities still felt like 1/10 the amount of like coolness that the Danganronpa ones had, and really any other game we've played. Like, I was not crazy about the cast you were given. I didn't really like Yuma as a protagonist, just because like I get the like wimpy, he has to rely on other people, so that does kind of like, knowing that's the theme they were going for helps me adjust my perspective with it a good amount.
Right.
Because now that I think, oh, okay, so he was meant to be the way he was, and it wasn't just kind of a writing shortcoming.
Let's see if we get an after credits scene here.
Okay.
Oh my god, we're in Miami.
Well, that's not a homunculus.
Has anyone seen my daughter?
Okay.
Please!
Okay, the world looks horrible. Wonderful.
Information!
This is terrible.
That was easy.
Well, maybe Yuma's going to the bad places to fix him up.
Emma and what?
I don't know.
There's a murder investigation over there.
He looks like a detective.
Maybe it's sequel bait.
It looked like similar to us, kinda.
All right.
This does seem like sequel bait.
Yeah.
But where's Kurumi?
She did. She actually fell asleep and like leaned in front of the window, and then that was it for her.
Yeah.
That was just where it ended. She ripped that bus apart and got...
That's why it's just so risky with like the ending here. Okay.
So yeah, Yuma I wasn't crazy about as a protagonist, just in general. Like, I think all of Spike Chunsoft's protagonists are kind of the same in that way. Like, they all kind of have that wimpiness to them.
Yeah.
But I still think the way Danganronpa 3 did it, I had good protagonists. Raincode I just didn't vibe with Yuma. You know? It just wasn't that great. The whole, like, I don't know. I think this story was just such a hard one to sell for this studio and their writing because of how grand it is. Like, the Danganronpa ones, which is my only previous experience with what the studio's made, all those games are very isolated. You get, like, 16 people, 16 characters, 16 voice actors. Usually, like, between games, they'd reuse voice actors, which I always thought was nice.
Yeah.
And it was a very, like you only had to worry about the setting and those people. But this game has such a more grand, like, think of everybody that's going on, and with multiple, like, different suspects that are people you don't know for the murders, along with people you don't know getting murdered. I think it was... I would honestly guess it was a challenge that the studio, in my perspective, did not really meet.
Right.
But otherwise, I mean, I think it's a fine game, you know? If you can overlook some of the plot holes, which is really the only issue I have with it. The plot holes in the writing, which is like 90% of the game.
Yeah.
But, you know, if that's not something that bothers you so much, I think you could enjoy the game pretty well.
Yeah, I don't want to call the game bad or anything.
But it's very...
Did you have more to say?
Not yet, but I'm sure once you get going, I'll come up with something.
Like what you said, I think this game had, like, pretty just fine or, like, really good production quality.
Yeah.
Like, the game looks good, plays pretty well.
Well, you know what?
Soundtrack's great, art's great.
Even so, compare Raincode to Ultra Despair Girls. Both are, like, their attempts at 3D thing. Yeah. And there's a very clear difference between the two. In terms of, like, quality of animation and modeling and stuff.
Right. Raincode's very much more modern and well-made and stuff.
Yeah.
It really is just the writing is this game's biggest. I would like to hear if anyone has, like, some sort of explanation, because I don't know if it's all the same people that worked on this game that worked on Danganronpa. But I'm just curious, because it feels like they had all the puzzle pieces to make something really, 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 really good, you know? And, like, something just as good, if not better than Danganronpa, because this game, unlike a visual novel, has room to have, you know, 3D environments, and you could have done, like, I feel like cooler, more original mini games with it, and, like, stuff where you're wandering around and, like, finding more clues. I mean, it's kind of things I would say this game did that were an absolute mistake. Killing the first cast of characters, while it does make a pretty interesting and, like, kind of like a shock value sort of intro, it does sort of just kind of kill the engagement of the game. Like, hey, look at all these characters. You like them? Too bad. Here's different ones.
There are definitely... I've seen it done better in other media. I can't remember it, of course.
Yeah.
But... So I think there's a better way that could have been approached.
And also it just doesn't really make sense. Hey, I think there's a traitor on this train, actually. I think one of us might be a bad guy. Let me just drop all my guard as, like, a detective and drink the coffee or the wine or whatever. It doesn't even really make sense.
And that whole traitor angle, I feel like could have been played better as having Yuma as number one.
Yeah.
Like, have him be the traitor then. Like, oh, but he's not really a traitor. He's number one the whole time and wasn't supposed to be here.
I just think it would have been really cool if it was more of a game where you get a lead on a case, you know? And it's not just you and one other person going to check it out. But it's, like, many of the characters. That way, more of the characters get, like, character development. They get growth. There's more of them. Because, I mean, the few we had didn't leave a lot of options for, like, which character do you like the most?
Yeah, and my answer is still Warna, which I think is a massive problem, considering she's there for, like,
I guess it
20
depends
minutes.
what you consider, like, what criteria you're going off of.
Just the one I liked and found the most entertaining. I think that's all it needs to be. And it genuinely was Warna. Like, some of it was a meme, I won't lie, like, to be like, oh my god, where's Warna? Or whatever else, you know? But, like, looking back on it, like, I don't know. I just wish they brought more of, like, the energy they put into writing that girl that they did into all the others.
It's more, I just feel like, really take any one character. So take Fubuki, for example.
Which one is that?
Which one? Is that a bit?
No, okay, that's the time traveler. I genuinely cannot remember.
Well, that's a bad thing.
It is a bad thing.
take like Fubuki. You get one chapter with her, and then very, 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 very small, brief interactions with her in a couple of the other chapters.
Right.
And that's all the time you ever see that character. You know, she does not, in really any sense at all, ever grow. At all.
No, she's still like an airhead from 0 to 10.
Yeah, like even at the end of the game, she's like, so what's a homunculus? Ah! And she doesn't seem like it really any more mature or anything. She just seems like, I'm glad everything was solved.
Right, and even like Desuhiko, who we hated on, which I'm like reconsidering at this point, because he was still one of the more interesting ones to watch.
Yeah.
He was still the same. Vivia is still at the end and said, I want to die someday. When, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't like the point of his chapter, like he kind of gets over that?
Well, it's not that he gets over wanting to die someday, more that he gets over running from the truth.
Which I would think would kind of like, not to, you know, use some fancy callbacks, but coalesce a little bit with wanting to die someday.
I don't know, man.
Like, I would think someone who wants to die all the time and runs from the truth, once running from the truth is solved, maybe he wouldn't want to die someday. But, you know, I'm just a little bit of a silly goober and trying to make some connections, so.
I didn't really... I know Vivia is like a big fan favorite of this game. I don't know if I really understood him that much.
I don't think I did either.
Like, I don't know. He'd probably be one of the more fun characters to, like, analyze and stuff or whatever. But even then, you only get really one chapter of his actions to analyze. You know, there's not really that much depth to it.
And he's still, like, gone a lot more compared to the other ones during that chapter.
Yeah.
Like the first half, he's, like, not there. Versus, like, we immediately start investigating with Desuhiko and Fubuki and whoever else.
Right. And then, like, the end, like, big... Like, I didn't think we would finish the game today, for the record. I thought it'd be, like, a couple more times. I was saying, like... I think it'll be like another month before we're done with Raincode.
Maybe to edit, probably not to edit it, because you're not that far behind, are you?
There's 3 episodes, and 3 more episodes I have to edit, and I'm done.
And that's just what we recorded today?
Yeah.
Oh, so coming a lot sooner than I thought it would.
Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, that's one of the flaws, is not including more of the characters in more of the cases. I think if Fubuki was there every chapter, that would have been great. That would have been grand. You know, I think I would have liked her a lot more. I do think they could have just written them better in general with the little time they did have. Because even if they have just a small little amount of time to, like, do something with their character, they could still make them grow a little bit, you know, have them...
Well, I mean, for example, we loved Warna. I'm not trying to, like, constantly call back, but it's like, but that's a good example. Like, we loved Warna in her chapter, and she still went from, like, a progressive thing. Like, oh, she was pretending the whole time. She's not actually like that.
Right.
Like, that's not really character development, but it's character change, which is kind of the same thing when you think about it.
None of the other characters ever had a cool, like, plot twist like that.
No, but it's like, I think... It surprises me that, like... I swear it was a different writer for Chapter 2 or something. Or, like, they had, like, a guest come on and, like, what would you like to write it? Or something like that.
Right.
Because it was so much higher in quality.
Okay, you know what? This is gonna sound so mean, right?
Okay.
This game, like I said, the whole production quality, pretty dang good, right?
Yes. Like, literally, I have no complaints with anything but the writing.
I feel like they ran out of budget when it came to writing, and they were like, let's use ChatGPT.
That is really low.
But because it's like, the second, and this is my absolute biggest complaint of the game, I could have forgiven everything, and I mean everything about this game, if the grand conclusion was really as cool as it started to seem towards the end, you know?
Yeah, it did get pretty.
Because it got really interesting, like, everyone's a monster, there's this crazy research going on, what is Makoto, who am I, whatever, and then it flops. It absolutely flops.
Well, yeah,
because I already named them all, but the amount of plot holes, I could probably come up with like a 20 bullet point list of this doesn't make sense, this doesn't make this sense, this doesn't make sense.
We should.
And if that's the grand plot of the game, the thing everything is based around, it should have been the first thing they came up with, to have that many plot holes for that.
I'd love to make a video like all of Raincode's plot holes.
Yeah.
Or something like that, because I think there'd be even more than we caught.
Like, there was some in the chapters before the final chapter, but the final chapter had literally like quadruple what all of the other ones had, you know?
I feel like they shouldn't have had it so split up. Like, we do not need all these random people to die to, like, see, like, have everything be related in a way.
Yeah, I would have liked Yeah, for one, like none of the prior chapters get you anywhere near any information on the homunculus.
Well, yeah, it's like the Nailman case has nothing to do with the big end goal, and I feel like that would have been
a case they wrote in for there's no purpose to it. There's no value in it, really.
Like, say he's a homunculus.
See, that's what I thought.
I don't know.
That's what I thought the story was going to be about. Is like you progress little by little, investigating this big main mystery, finding, oh, here's a clue. Oh, here's a clue. Oh, here's a clue. Oh, and it's like theory after theory after theory. There's no clues to what the heck a homunculus is, other than an immortal monster. And even then, it's like, okay.
It was still just like a person who goes kind of bonkers.
There's no like clues about it.
You know what I was imagining it for a homunculus?
Huh.
You know in like the Resident Evil games, there's always like some giant flesh like amalgamation creature that's like ravenous and hunts you down.
Sure.
I expected something like that when they were talking about like homunculuses. So then when they reveal it's just like super strong zombies, pretty much, I was like...
See, I was more imagining something supernatural and like having to do with the death gods.
Yeah, which also just kind of comes out of nowhere. Like the death
gods aren't really related to anything.
No, like I get that like the kind of connection between like Fortes being supernatural and death gods are supernatural, so they're attached in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And I get they did that with like Coalescence.
Yeah.
But it does feel like it was like, we should have like a death god that has big boobs to our game. I think that'd be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cool sometimes, but...
I mean, I did like Shinigami. She was still one of my more favorites. I still think they could have written her a lot better, but I think her character would have come off a lot better if they wrote the other characters better, too.
Another thing, too, is no one feels like they changed that much. Like, even Yuma... I could see Yuma making that exact same decision he made in the end.
In like chapter 2.
Chapter 1.
Yeah, maybe.
Chapter 0, I would go so far to say, you know? Like, it sounds like he'd always be like, yeah, I would rather have everyone make the choice than me make the choice, like from the get-go.
Yeah.
So, it does feel like no one really changed. He didn't even get that much more confident.
Not really.
You know? Especially him being number 1, like... That could be played up so much better.
I thought it was really funny. I made like a joke in the video where like talking about, so what do you think will happen next? And I say like, I'm like doing kind of like a mocking voice. Like I'm making a joke, you know, and I'm like, actually the big twist is that Yuma's number 1 and Makoto was saying Yuma is my dad. Or I say something like that, right?
Right.
And I was saying it like that, that'd be stupid. That was what the case was.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a cool twist on its own, but there's just so many outlying other problems with it that it's hard to appreciate it, you know?
Well, also, nothing's really explained. Like, okay, number 1 is like thought to be like this wise old man.
Mm-hmm.
How is Yuma like a child in number 1?
Yeah.
Like, what because if Kurumi's crushing on him, I know those folks in Japan like to get a little funky with those like age joke things, you know?
Well, I just don't think they care as much about age gaps over there, but...
Well, regardless, there's no way she, as a high schooler, a self-proclaimed high schooler with a crush, would sit there and be like, I love that 40-year-old man!
Yeah, I'm guessing he's still, like, probably just in his early 20s or something.
He's got to be, like, 18, 19, 20 and no more.
You don't think he'd be any more than 20?
Well, if he's, like, 21 and she's, like...
Well, he talked as if it'd be legal he could drink. In Japan, the legal drinking age is 20. So, I feel like he'd have to be at least 20, honestly.
I guess. And if that's the case, then this whole Kurumi-Yuma implication is even more uncomfortable. Because, like...
Yeah, probably. But still, like I said, it's not as big of a cultural deal in Japan, I don't think.
It's still creepy, though. It can be culturally accepted anywhere they want, but I still think it'd be kind of creepy.
Yeah, I guess it just depends.
But I guess it's balanced out by making him a little manlet, so...
I mean, for all we know, he doesn't remember how old he is, so I don't know.
That's right, guys. If you're 50 and have amnesia, you can date whoever you want.
Yeah, so. Exactly.
But yeah, a lot of the game just... It's just one of those games where in a month I'll have forgotten it. Or at least most of it.
I feel kind of bad, because you know what? I genuinely thought this game had so much potential, and it does. If you took, like, the grand plot of this game, and, like... This is gonna sound so, like, egotistical or whatever. I feel like if you gave me this game, and you said, like, remake it, and you gave me all the resources to do so.
Yeah.
And I like rewrite it. I go in and I keep like, I keep some of the characters, but I'd probably change them by quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I'd probably add more characters. Like maybe I would have some of the original people survive. Maybe have a couple of them be killed or something, Like maybe like Melody Goldmine, because who cares about her?
I kind of liked Melody.
She was still kind of cool. Yeah, that's true.
It's like, I feel like
I just feel like I could make it way like better, honestly.
I think I could do a better rewrite, but I don't know if I could do a better original writing. You know what I mean? Maybe, but it's like, I don't want to sit here...
I can guarantee you mine wouldn't have as many plot holes.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Like,
but like, I would really like to know what the development process was for this game, because I feel like somewhere it got kind of weirded out. Like, I wonder if they like
maybe it was rushed at the end. Like, how investors sometimes cause games to rush a little bit.
Yeah, and I know Japan has a big like investor work culture, so
yeah,
I won't, whatever.
Yeah, I really don't want to be mean, because I'm sure a lot of people, I mean, clearly this game has fans, otherwise no one would be watching the series. And I mean, I'm sure a lot of the people that worked on this game were like proud of what they made.
As they should be, because there's a lot to be proud of.
And I mean, as a whole, this game has a lot of parts that are really, really well done. It's just, when you put it all together and like rate it as a game next to other games, it's like...
It's hard to give it a high score.
Yeah.
You know what, though? I will say, some of the like moments they had building up, like the investigative parts of the homunculus thing, and even chapter 3 with the flooding and stuff.
That's kind of what I was saying, was like, the build-up's always cooler.
Yeah, like, I will say, as much as I'm kind of dogging on everything else in the game, those parts where they had like some good build-up, it wasn't every chapter, but like, I would say like 2, 3, and 6 or 5 or whatever that was with the homunculus was...
4 was kind of cool with it.
What was 4?
It was the Yako one.
Yeah, it was okay. I liked the tiny Yako theory, but after that I clocked out.
Fair enough.
But like those chapters I said 3, 2, and 5 or whatever. Like I have to give credit where credit's due. It had such good build up, and I was like, whoa. And only chapter 2 really delivered. Sorry, but not sorry.
Yeah. And even that was one of the easier cases. Like, we kind of had most of that case down before we went into the Mystery Labyrinth anyway.
I wasn't even considering that, but yeah.
For me, you want to know what one of the bigger disappointments was?
What's that?
I remember, so we're like in the train car in the beginning of the game, kind of like talking to all these detectives, getting to know like, what's the plot of this game, And we like discover like supernatural powers are a thing. I was thinking like, dude, I think I even like said some of this like out loud, and I was like, dude, imagine like how cool the cases will get when people have superpowers, and adding superpowers to an already great like publisher that makes
amazing mystery games.
Like adding superpowers is another avenue that they can do stuff with. Imagine the cool cases you could do if the murderer had superpowers, and if like a lot of people had superpowers. Like they kind of just had so much groundwork with that, and even the powers aren't really ever explained. Like, how do people are just born weird and then they train them into detective stuff? Can they train them into other things? Like, we don't know.
Can anybody train them? Yako says no, but
yeah,
like the only time those powers were used in the state of unlocking an investigation was the last one when Makoto used coalescence.
Yeah.
Like, that was the only time the quote-unquote bad guy used whatever. And also, they tell us about how the homunculi are immortal and come back from the dead. And they say that the first homunculus, Makoto, was, like, perfect. Like, so I assume when he died, he'd regenerate and come back as he was. So why in the world was it an actual plot issue of, like, oh no, we either let him leave or kill him and he's gone? It's like, no, just kill him and then wait a day and he's back. Like, that was it. Yuma could stay Yuma and it could be good. Like, because we reaped the souls of the others, but those were the zombie ones, and when they died, they turned into the zombie ones. Like, I don't see what would have been different if we just did that. Unless there's a major part I'm missing, but if the zombie guys died no matter what, and turned into zombies once they died, then the whole reaping the soul thing sounds like it made no difference. It didn't keep them permanently dead, and they turned into the thing they were destined to turn into when they died.
So what you're saying is we should have just reaped his soul and done it as normal?
Yeah, because by the way, the game established everything, and if I have this wrong, it's the game's fault. Like, I'm not trying to be that guy, but it's like, unless there was like a special thing with reaping souls, which the game should have told you if there was, so you didn't just do that with Makoto.
I don't know, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The, like, choice at the ending, I wasn't really too sure on what the heck was going on anymore. I was just like, we'll do the one it's hinting is the right option.
I could tell you were a little, like, checked out on it, but...
Yeah, because it was like, expose the truth or stay here, and I'm like, I don't really get the... Like, expose the truth, I guess.
Because it's supposed to be, stay here, Makoto keeps the status quo, and the people of Kanai Ward live for a while.
Yeah.
But Yuma dies.
I don't see why, like, Yuma couldn't have taken Makoto's place, though. It would have been safer, and I think he would have gotten to keep Shinigami, right? I don't know. That depends on the deals of their pact, I guess.
It's really crazy that Yuma could have just been like, do the emergency exit, I don't want to be here, and then just turned back into number one. Like, from the get-go.
Yeah.
From the train car. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I wish it was more explained. In a realistic setting, the ending wouldn't make sense, because I guarantee you the entire world would not be okay with the immortal monster thing going on here.
Right, like, as soon as, like...
You know this place would get nuked within half a day.
Even then, I don't know if it'd do anything.
I'm sure they just quarantine it in.
Yeah.
You know, crater them in, build it, like, nuke them so many times, there's just a big crater they're all stuck in.
I imagine they just, like, put them underground and let them, like, just be suffocated in dirt for eternity or something.
Yeah, just bury them.
Like, that's how I see the real world responding to something like that, is just lock them away and throw away the key, you know?
Yeah, so I don't really find I'm assuming that's the good ending we got. I don't really find it super realistic with how the world is, like, handling it. But
I can get the metaphor of, like... They also talked about how, like, Makoto's working things out right now.
Yeah.
Though still, like, it seemed like the homunculus is...
Seems like the rest of the world is in turmoil.
Yeah, the homunculi have a better situation going on than whatever the outside... Like, I would have rather been a homunculi there, hanging out eating ramen all day than anything else.
And how's that explained? Why don't they have to eat human meat anymore?
Yeah, was it like the ramen guys just doing the human meat and they're all chill with it now, or what's explained there?
Is he a scientist and just figured out the magic chemical they need?
I mean, he's a detective, but what is he detectiving? I found the secret ingredient of ramen.
Yeah, I feel like...
Is his forte just like ultimate cook and he can do whatever with it?
This game has either two things it can do, right? It can either leave things completely unexplained and you'll never know the answer, or it can try to explain them and it's not going to make any sense at all.
And it picks the second one most of the time.
It's like there's a 33% chance of each of them happening. There's a third choice where they do explain something and it does make sense. And they just roll the dice on every single thing.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of work went into the game, and I think I'll always, like, commend game developers for developing a game.
I mean, yeah, they did a great job. Really, just... Only the writing. Only the writing.
Whoever was on those Google Docs needs to...
The only bad part of the game is the writing.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if you took the exact same budget, the exact same staff, and just had a different script, it'd probably be, like... I'd probably consider it, like, one of the best games we've played, you know?
Oh, yeah.
If they just had, like, a cool story instead of a bad one.
Yeah, but...
Because, you know, I remember editing the first episode, okay? And I just had so many ideas in my head for, like, how this could go and how much potential it had, because it really does. You know, a 3D game, you know, you're going from two-dimensional visual novels, there's only so much they can really do, you know? But now, like, the options are endless with this, and it's just...
You can have all these animations and everything, but... Because, I mean, Danganronpa, the only way they can really communicate something action-y happening is through their little, like, CGs. Like, their hand-drawn panels of stuff going on.
Yeah.
But this game had that whole other option unlocked.
I don't know, man.
You know what, I will say, I remember when the game first started, this happens every time we start a new series. Like, the first episode or two, but the first one or two episodes, it usually takes me a while to really get into it.
I know Danganronpa V3, after the first recording session, we were like, that game was so good, I'm so excited to play more.
But I remember filming it, or recording it or whatever. I was sitting there like, okay, I'm waiting for it to like click. And it did.
Okay.
But raincode, like...
never got there.
It never, like, I kept waiting for like... You know when you're like, you ever play with a light switch and like see how far you can tilt it up before the light switch?
Yeah.
I felt like I was constantly like right at that point where the light was going on, and during like chapter 2 and 3 and 5 when they were having those really good build-ups, like
it was starting to click.
It was so close to just being that millimeter higher of turning on. Chapter 2, light was on. Love chapter 2. Like beginning to end, that was just a fun chapter. It was really, really good. I don't have any complaints about it. Old me would have said Desuhiko, but current, wiser, more realized me is like, oh my god, Desuhiko might have been the only other like side character that was actually entertaining.
Yeah.
Even if he was entertaining to hate.
Yeah.
That's a low bar to like clear. Like that, I don't think that should be the like best character I can pick out of your side cast and the main cast.
I mean, yeah, he's supposed to be a main character, but he doesn't feel like one at all, you know?
Well, even between like Yuma and Shinigami, like I still think I had more emotion for Desuhiko, even if it was negative. And that's fine, because like if you write a character to be evil and then people like Micah from Red Dead Redemption 2, like he's just a douche through and through, right?
Right.
So when everyone hates on him, you know the actor did a good job, the writers did a good job, but when like Desuhiko's the only character I can like have the most emotion for, and he's not meant to be that character, you know.
Just kind of means you failed on all fronts.
I mean, yeah, when like the characters I will remember the most from this game are Desuhiko and Warina. And that's it. Like, I guarantee you down the line, you'd be like, what was the best characters in that game? I was like, I don't know, the short sexual one and the girl with the weird hair.
I liked They Them Lara a lot.
Halara was cool, but I just wish we got more of them.
Yeah.
So.
Halara, like, Halara kind of gave me some insight in a way. That part of the game was interesting, because it was the first time I'd ever had to, like, be like, they, them, or whatever.
Yeah, I've, like, met one other they, them person in my life.
I don't think I've ever...
I got it wrong, like, 4 times with their face. So. No, I met 2. There was one in high school and one before that. But, like, I was pretty good about doing it to their face.
I loved doing it to their face.
No. I meant, like saying the right thing to them. The right pronouns. But there was a few times behind the scenes where I would get it wrong.
And be like, oops.
And, like, our other friend, like, even chastised me about it a few times. And I was like, I know I'm bad at it.
So you know the feeling.
Yeah, so, like, I've been there. I think everyone's gonna be there at some point who hasn't been raised in this already era where it's becoming more of a thing.
I mean, 10 years ago, that would have been a thing. I remember it wasn't even that long ago. And I saw, like, very, very commonly memes making fun of anything having to do with gender.
Like the attack helicopter ones.
Yeah, like,
stuff.
I identify as an Apache attack helicopter. And I thought they were funny at the time, but now that's like...
Now that I understand it more, I'm more just like...
There's just so much... The insight on it is so much more common, and it's so... I don't know, it's just becoming more... The world's changing. It's becoming more understandable. I mean, I remember, like, middle school, you know, calling someone gay was like, haha, you're gay.
Nowadays, if you did that, people would just be like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, like,
you know?
Wait, what's wrong with gay people? No, nothing, it was a joke.
Well, even more, like, now it feels like such a middle school insult.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
That's all it really was. Even in, like, high school, that pretty much fell off, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, there'll be things, like, new things we come up with. Like, you know, like, sexuality was a big one that happened. And then now it's kind of more of a gender thing, I'd say, is it's like the big, I don't know.
The more controversial point.
Yeah, it's what's being talked about more. And I wonder what will be next, but I guarantee you whatever's next will follow the same path. Uneasy acceptance with weird jokes about it until it's just like, oh, okay, this is true.
I think as long as no one's being hurt from whatever it is, that would probably be the case.
Actually, I feel very spiritually hurt from They Them Lara, so...
Yeah, they hurt my feelings.
They hurt my feelings.
I'd give the game a 6 out of 10 if they just replaced it with an actual hot girl.
That or like a big buff dude that was like super conservative.
Super masculine. Yeah.
Yeah, big beard.
Wore a MAGA hat.
Yeah, big American. Like every other line would be like, if Trump was here, he would solve this mystery immediately.
Donald Trump, please save me. Donald Trump, please save me.
Dude, that video is so crazy. I know it's like not at all related, but that video of that guy in his car, like
Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please.
That's
Donald
just
Trump,
like you have to be insane. Like genuinely, like how do you get to that level of fanaticism?
Now you're gonna make me put the video on screen because no one knows what you're talking about.
Well, okay. Well, we'll explain it a little bit. But it's just like, yeah, because I think that guy was like Facebook living from a car crash.
Uh-huh.
And he's just like, Donald Trump, please save me. Like he's gonna descend from heaven and be like, don't worry guys, I got this. You know?
I have the greatest car insurance.
It's just, guys, do not ever get that fanatical about anybody ever.
Except me.
Except us folks from RatAttack.
We are gods.
No, if someone was ever like seriously like that for me,
like obsessed with you,
I would be so disturbed. I would.
I don't know if I'd be disturbed, but I'd be very concerned. I'd be like, you shouldn't do that. That's bad for your health.
Well, just like it make me think like, what am I doing where people see me in that light? You know?
Yeah, people are gonna do that for anyone, though.
No, I know. Guys, did you know I'm the reincarnation of Jesus Christ?
Anyway, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on this game. For those of you where this is like one of your favorite games,
please explain.
Tell me why. Because for me, like everyone has, they place their values in different.
Anyone who says this is their favorite game is just as insane as that Trump guy.
Everyone places values on different parts of things. For me, this game would be. It'd have a lot more points in my book if the big final mystery of it all really, really made sense and didn't have any plot holes and was like really, really cool and sturdy. Well, yeah. Because it's so like poorly written and poorly explained, and even with the like final answer we've been given, it makes kind of no sense.
Oh yeah, a little bit. And even then, like,
unless I'm stupid, if I'm missing something, someone please tell me. But I don't think I am.
Yeah.
Anyway, if it just fixed some of those things, it'd be a lot better in my book.
Well, and I know there's fans out there. Like, I've seen a account that's like named after one of the characters and stuff. So it's like, I know y'all are out there.
Yeah.
So tell me what's up. Just explain.
Tell me what's wrong with you.
I don't even mean it that way, because you know what? There's some media I really like that a lot of people are like, this is just too weird for me.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, exactly. He agrees.
I like some stuff that's just not even good.
Exactly. I'm in that same boat.
So if you like this, I don't blame you. Like, I like some stuff that's trash.
But it's not like just explain it, because I'd love to hear some alternate perspectives that could maybe even make mine a bit better.
Yeah, because I don't want to dislike this game.
No, I want to love every game. I feel like I do my best whenever I watch or play something to always look at like the best side of it and give it the benefit of the doubt.
I don't know if you do it on our Let's Plays as much, but
no, for the Let's Plays, I'd say I'm a bit more like analytical on it.
Yeah, you were pretty quick to like call this game on its BS early on, and I was still in my like, no, hang on now, Ethan. Give the game a chance. I was still in that phase, but then Chapter 3 was my turning point where I was just like, okay, all right.
Well, I'll do it to the best of my ability, I'll say. But I mean, like, whenever I'm watching like a new show or something, I don't hyper focus on like, that doesn't make sense, or that isn't entertaining. But Raincode pretty immediately slapped me in the face with, that isn't entertaining.
And that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so it's like, you hit both thresholds there pretty quickly.
Well, why don't we both mention a couple things we at least liked about the game? Because I don't want people who watch this series to like leave with a bad taste in their mouth.
I can do that easily.
Okay.
I feel like, while I wasn't crazy about how this still sounds like a critique, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, for example, the Nailman case. That was very cool. It was very elaborate. I loved, like, pretty much the investigating effects. I usually really liked all of them. Like, there was always the only one I really didn't like was the first one. I'll say that first and foremost, but...
What didn't you like about that one?
I just didn't.
Okay.
I just thought it was boring, if I'm going to be honest. I thought that was such a boring investigation.
Oh, all right.
Like, looking back on it, maybe in the moment I was more interested, but looking back on it, it's just like, whatever, they burned, who cares? Though it has some good twists. But it seems like every investigation and whatever was always done very, very well. I was always interested, even if I didn't like the end point, I would say I was always like, okay, this is pretty cool, where's this going?
There was a lot of cool theorizing we did during this game, so I think the mysteries themselves, even if the answers are sometimes a little bad, depending on the case, usually the actual investigative part of this game was pretty solid.
And I do think that when writing the characters, they picked out very good, like, characters to start from, like personality types to kind of cover a wide basis. Like Yako, the wise but uneasy mentor. Vivia, depressed 12-year-old who listens to like Nirvana all day, which he is. I'm just saying that, but it's still like entertaining, you know.
Yeah.
It's of an airhead character that like doesn't really know what's going on is kind of a given in these games, but is always still fun to see. Desahiko was pretty much a lovable perv. Like
Right.
I hate the pervy thing in games, but I think with how they did it with Desahiko, it was always like just before the point of lock him up. Which I think is the good entertaining
He took
balance.
it to the extremes for sure.
But it was like, I was never like, okay, throw him in jail. It was always just like, you're such a creep. And it's entertaining and fun to hate on. But it's like I said, like, it's fun to hate on. That's the point, is that you don't like it. So you exaggerate not liking it. And then, who else am I forgetting? Halara was just Halara was so interesting. Because they like were this wise like detective who was also like, hey, you have to pay me $6 million or however much it was.
I'm not even gonna lie, I just thought Halara was hot.
Fair enough, fair enough. But I do think the characters at the beginning were done very well. They were created and presented with a lot of like interesting avenues they could have gone down. They didn't, but they could have. Like, there was a very strong founding point. I liked the mystery with Makoto because immediately he's like, hey, I saved you, by the way. Okay, goodbye.
Right.
And it's like, why? Why would you bother with that? And even then, like, him randomly saving you created a lot of good theories about, like, did he make us a homunculus or something like that? Like, there was a lot to go with that. I adored the twist of people just becoming zombies.
Right.
It's like so simple and random, and it's so far south of the supernatural element the game has taken beforehand with the fortes and whatever. Like zombies are usually like a sci-fi thing.
Yeah.
That's more where I'd throw zombies on that. Like if you're to have one of those like
I consider zombies like their own genre, honestly.
Yeah, but if you had like one of the, those like political charts that are like 4 big squares, and it's like a bunch of different things. Like I would put zombies closer to sci-fi on that than I would anything else.
Okay.
So to suddenly see the game take a very like sci-fi turn and be like, there's zombies, and they're like chasing you down with Kurumi and all the other stuff, like that was cool. The game, it felt like there was really good punches, but not good follow-ups. Like the game was very good at shocking me, surprising me, making me love certain characters, making me hate certain characters, but it could never keep it up. Like they needed more like Viagra put into the game, Like there was a good like, whoa, that's cool. Oh, okay, it's gone.
All right.
Like I'm not trying to be gross, but that's like the best metaphor I can think for it.
Of course it is.
The game has a lot of punch, but no follow-up. That's all I can say about it. But I do really, really like some of the things it employs. I just don't like how it continues them.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyways, that's it. I kind of got a poos, so.
Okay.
Thank you all for watching. We appreciate the support. Whether you liked this game or not, I know I didn't that much. This was fun to do.
Listen, guys. Thank you so much for
But that's all. We look forward to any comments you leave. I might actually try and read some of the ones on this video because I'm curious what people think.
Maybe tell us what the other ending's like, or maybe I'll look it up and put it on screen. I don't know.
I might just go home and watch it while I'm pooping, if I'm going to be completely transparent.
Yeah.
So I know that water won't.
But
Anyways, that's the dumbest joke I've ever made. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.
Bye.